Keeper.
All right. Well, hello everybody. We are back in Odyssey of the Dragonlords. In the last session, the party were caught up on a couple of things that it would rather not to be caught up in. For one, the wrong end of a basilisk's petrifying gaze. You see, the party of our prophesized heroes of the Oracle uh, decided to take a bit of a, shall we say, a bend in the rules of the sacrifice that is meant to take place the next night. One that the Order of Sidon has called upon for the life of Princess Anora to be taken. However, upon realizing the way that the sacrifice was meant to go down, the party saw an opportunity. If the basilisks that are meant to kill the sacrifice were never to show up, well, then that would be a victory for them. So they decided to venture off into the distance, far away the city of Astoria, around a mile north up the Archelan River, to come across a cave, a den, the lair of the basilisks. And so our heroes decided to go in, kill the basilisks, and hopefully come back safe to Astoria for a night of drinking. I think that sadly, well, some of them, at least one of them, is not going to be able to perform. Derek was petrified during the last encounter with two basilisks. The party has decided to continue on for the time being, hoping that once all the basilisks are taken care of, they may be able to find a cure for the petrification that is currently taking hold of Derek. And that's where we left off.
Cool. Who has the gland that I cut out? Someone has a gland that's supposed to cure the petrification.
I think it's in my bag.
Okay, cool.
Shall we move forward then? Actually, I'll drink one more potion to be safe.
So I still have my ward binding on Juno.
True.
I would actually ask if we could move Derek to right, like over here somewhere.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm sure we can pick him up.
More out of the way.
Okay, so between Drakgar and Porunga, you actually take a hold of Derek and very carefully proceed to move him along the edge of the watery pool onto the other side of this place.
Alright. Should I drink my last potion or should I save it? I kind of think I should save it because I've already drinking two.
Let's stay or should I? Well, that's entirely up to you, man.
I would ask Porunga if he would come with us. I don't think Derek would be in too much trouble since we know that the only thing that's still in this part of the cave are the eggs, which are still eggs.
Okay.
Do we want to stop the eggs and break them up, or do we want to leave them?
I think at this time we should let them be as be. I got a couple of reasons as to thinking this. One, if any of us get petrified and we fail to extract any more glands or a petrification nullification spell or whatever, we could possibly harvest them from the eggs.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Two, I feel like if there are any more basilisks in here, I don't know if eggs give off any type of odors or, I just don't want to risk alerting any more basilisks that were literally killing their children.
Yeah.
And then also I think we should preserve two of the eggs and transport them back to town with us. So we'll probably end up destroying two and trying to transport two back with us.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
All right, then I
But-
guess the
but
next thing
mainly
is
the
just to head
glands.
deeper. Yeah, mainly the glands.
Mainly, if we fuck up and somebody else turns to stone,
Yeah, I'm gonna drink my last potion to be safe.
Knock on wood.
if the wrong people get petrified, the rest of us will fail to extract the gland.
I mean, true.
Right.
Okay. So what are you guys doing now?
I think the next step is for us to head deeper into this part, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That does appear to
On-
be the other path. Warding Bond. Oh yeah, you still.
It's still up. Sorry, I didn't mean to click that. I was trying to shrink it, but I don't know how.
Yeah,
I forget.
I was gonna say, the effect should still be going.
Anyways, that's what's on you, Juno.
Oh, okay, sweet.
I'm just gonna 2d4. Sick. All right.
So you may proceed at the however fast or slow a pace you wish to move.
I'll go boom. Sneaking. Oh yeah, I'll also be sneaking.
Well, you can roll with stealth.
Give me that.
Yeah, I think sneaking's a good idea. Let me give you a
Give me that
stealth.
stuff. Let's go. Let's go. Fuck.
Oh no.
I like the let's go immediately followed by fuck.
Well, you know, you all believe yourselves to be very stealthy, and in the end, that's what really matters.
True.
Yeah, I don't think it's crucial that we're stealthy.
So, well, you guys can move along the tunnel as you wish. I'm just gonna make sure the camera is following your every move.
I'll follow behind you, Drakgar, if that's all right.
Does my guy like hear anything or
I don't know. Does he? Make me a perception
do
check.
it? I forgot what check that was. Yeah.
Make me a perception check.
Thank you. Fuck.
It's dead quiet here. You don't really hear anything.
I think Juno would be listening too.
Well, then Juno make
That's
a
yeah. 1 second. Actually, I have advantage on perception that's based on smell,
Ooh.
I believe.
You want to
You
smell?
smell the best.
So I just want to, yeah, just a general perception of less visual but more listening and smelling perception.
Sure. Make me a 10.
Oh,
You do think. I mean, there's certainly a smell in the air, right? You know, a very strange, kind of like mossy, you know, smell, like in the air. But that's mostly due to the actual moss that is blowing on the ceiling of the cave. Uh, as far as anything that would resemble the smell of a basilisk,
yeah.
is a bit too dispersed in this segment of the cave for you to pinpoint its exact location. But you already know for a fact that has to be some form of basilisk. You know how many down this path.
Oh, okay. That we haven't seen yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
I will relay that to the group.
All right. My guy will be looking down just in case, but also move forward a little bit more.
Okay. You begin to move forward. Maintaining a steady pace as you continue going through the cave. You guys can move. You come up to around an area where it seems to curve a little. One thing you notice is that the more you move down this pathway of the cave, there's a slight incline, as if it's slowly kind of like going up somewhere, but you're not quite sure where. Don't be afraid. You can move forward.
They all scared.
I mean, I'm following you, but
Yeah. My-
if you wish, I could take the lead as well.
No, that's good. Just trying to go slowly. Can I see if my guy hears anything now,
I mean,
or any other creatures, or
you can try. I'll say because you're now already rolled pretty low last time, you are, you know,
disadvantage?
wouldn't make too much of a difference because you didn't move that big of a distance from
Oh yeah,
the
true.
position.
Sure.
You do notice, however, there's a slight dim glow ahead, as if another segments of those, like glowing moss is kind of like hanging above from the some segment of the cave. Everybody else slowly inching their way along the pathway, following you, Drakgar. So come on and let me know. Yeah, you still don't see anything. It's quiet, too quiet.
That
Very
entrance,
suspicious.
that opening there, it looks kind of tight. I think you're just gonna have to go in first.
Yeah, that's true. My character's still looking down just in case, but
My quick question.
Mm-hmm.
My proficiency bonus is a +3, right?
+2.
+2. Okay. Exandria, while she's walking back here with Porunga and Juno, she's going to be like bubbling this small little chant as she's holding onto her necklace, and she's going to cast Embodying Bond on them.
Okay.
Okay.
As it kind of looks like their hands start to glow and have a little sparkle to them.
Cool.
oh,
Thank you.
sick.
So you perform your, your prayer, a prayer of valor, of fellowship, so to speak. Boy, somebody could have used this last session. And suddenly, Porunga and Juno, you two feel a little bit luckier, perhaps, bolder, as if just the presence of your allies, is pushing you forward.
Cool.
Come on, Drakgar, what happened to leading the charge?
True. I stopped moving because I thought it was. Alright. Boom.
All right, right there, Drakgar.
Uh-oh.
You would be able to, well, not see, but, well, yeah, I guess both see and hear something. The sound of flowing water. Or rather, water that has some degree of motion to it. A bit out of sight at the moment, but you hear the movements of something disrupting like a watery surface.
Oh damn.
They don't
Might
appear
be.
to be don't appear to be getting closer to you. But you do hear them.
Would it be possible for Metius to use his lights by the water, see if there's anything inside of it?
I don't know. Are you gonna ask?
I could send out my if that's what you wish. So I'll cast the cantrip Dancing Lights. However, again, they don't really illuminate too much.
Or I'm just trying to figure out how to be as cautious as possible with these basilisks. Don't want to be turned into stone.
Okay, entonces, dancing light. You know what? I'm just gonna make an asset in the lighting folder for this, so that you guys can just pull that out, whatever. Dancing lights will make. I believe those make like 10 foot of dim light, so like not
Yeah.
really too much. How many of these are you sending out?
I will send out just one of them for now,
Okay.
and I'll send it out, I guess, 60 feet. Just yeah.
Oh. You send it out around 60 or so feet away. You see as the light seems to be illuminating a. You can't particularly see it too good, but seems to be hitting against something, against potentially a wall as you send it forward 60 feet.
Well, okay. All we can see for now is a wall. Uh, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I'll still be looking down, but move right here.
Okay. I'm actually going to it says that I can combine the four lights into one glowing, vaguely humanoid form of medium size. I'm going to do that and lower it to the ground and make it look like a vaguely humanoid form. And then just start slowly moving it around, seeing if it grabs the attention of anything.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make me a performance check. See how convincing. Performance or deception. See how convincing you make it look.
Okay. Well, they're both -1.
And I need to do something here in the background. Okay. So you gather all four dancing lights into a singular entity, combining their dim light exposure, shall we say, to make them ever so slightly appear as a vaguely humanoid form. That you may have it, walk across the room. Soon enough, you begin hearing movements closing in as they kind of echo around the cave. Movements of like footsteps, or something of that sort, uh, moving around in the shadows.
Do you hear that? Do you hear the footsteps?
That's probably them.
Okay. There's definitely something there. Oh, I can see that. Uh, can it says it's up to 120 feet. I'm going to um make them vanish. Like drop it. I'm going to drop the spell.
Okay. You drop the spell as soon as you see one of them gonna come into view. But by then, let me see. Would you be able to see them? A little bit. You do see the silhouettes moving around in the shadows, seemingly looking around as if confused as to where the humanoid figure may have gone off to.
Okay. And I'll whisper. I'm gonna, if I can, I'm gonna move back over to the rest of the group and just whisper to them. There's at least two of them over there, so we ought to prepare for a fight now.
Exandria nods her head and gestures to both Porunga and Juno's hands as she's already prepared.
All right. I'll I'll look back to the group. Say, so y'all are ready?
We're ready. Is there any way we can get the drop on them? Is there some way that we can surprise them?
We might have to bring him to us because I don't think we should be fighting him in the water.
I will say, well, no. Right now that floor over there doesn't have water in it.
Oh,
You heard
that's not
water
okay.
somewhere else, but you're not sure.
Oh, gotcha.
Also, I'll say, they seem confused, but they don't seem to be looking your way. It seems that like they don't really realize you're like hiding there, amongst the cracks in the stones.
Okay. Should
we try to sneak up on him?
maybe
wait.
sneak up on them? Should I?
Do you have
or
do you have your mold? Wait, would mold earth work here? Probably not.
or what?
What was that? Was that thing that you had? You could be able to like dig a hole or something?
Yeah, mold earth, but the ground here is very hard. I don't think I could dig this out. It's just stone.
They seem to be begin to look around a little bit more.
They're gonna sniff us out. We either hit them from range now, or we just walk in there and try to attack them. What do you want to do?
Should I have
Porunga-
Juno come up with me and we try to sneak up on him, and then you guys sit back?
Porunga and I think we could cast some spells
Actually,
at them
we
first.
should. It makes more sense to hit them with range spells and funnel them into this tunnel, so maybe they can't collapse on us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But
So do you want me to cast a spell at
to
them?
run up there and hit them.
I got a rock.
Yeah,
I grab a rock from my pocket and I'll like wave this at him. You guys think what I'm thinking?
Metius and I can both cast a spell at the same time.
Yeah.
I could also cast a spell. I don't think they have their whatever it is activated right now.
Okay. Then I will hold.
Wait, so you guys are gonna be activating your spells at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hold a magic missile until we all decide which one we're gonna shoot and when to shoot it.
Please tell me I still have.
We should just do it now before they start doing anything else, and then we can't do it
I'm
anymore.
gonna do Ray of Frost.
And I'll do Sacred Flame.
Gonna say you guys should roll initiative because that took a lot of planning and not a lot of action.
Dang.
Ooh. I forgot to collect my character, but I gotta.
Oh no.
Let's get some
Oh damn.
bad music.
I'm just gonna cast a spell next time instead of ask.
I got a 17 on mine, but I forgot to cut my character. So should I keep that one?
You got a 17 originally? Yeah, just change that accordingly.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I didn't want to actually cheat because I did something wrong.
All right.
Is it too late to say we close our eyes?
Yeah, I did the same thing. I forgot to click myself.
No. Hey. Did you not you click yourself originally, Punya?
Yeah, I had a 7. I had a 7 at first, and then I.
Okay. In this case, there we go. Everybody should have their. I guess it didn't really make too much of a difference if you got a 7 or a 1, because you're still dead last.
True.
I'm gonna be lenient here. You guys took your sweet ass time planning a surprise attack on this guy. So I should take away that surprise round that you guys would have otherwise had. But I'm gonna be lenient here and say that you managed to agree on a course of action before the Basilisk spotted you. This is the one freebie I'm giving you all this session. So the Basilisk are currently surprised, meaning they do not get to act the first round of combat. However, you guys do. Drakgar.
I'll rage.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. Actually, no. It's not gonna do anything, but I'm gonna throw my rock at it.
Are you proficient with improvised weapons?
I don't think so.
In that case, that'll be a flat strength check.
Yeet.
22.
No, I was aiming at that one. Yeah.
Relatively outside of what would otherwise be an effective range. I'm just gonna say there is no real damage dealt, but you hit the basilisk on the side, and it kind of turns its head and its eyes begin to flare, blue coloration, indicating that the the petrification effect seems to be activated.
All right, got his attention. That's all I wanted. That'll be my turn, and I'll be looking down.
Okay, Basilisk is in here. Metius.
All right. On the basilisk closest to me, which is okay. Somehow I lost my ruler. Oh, which is that one. I'm just gonna cast magic missile.
I hope you're keeping track of your spell slots.
I am. I have one left after this.
So that's a total 12 points of damage on the basilisks. Or at least this one specifically. Your magic missiles fly out, swarm around him, and just all land down at the same time on its back. Anything else?
I will cover my eyes and end my turn.
Juno.
I am, because we're waiting for them to come down this hallway, right? Like, that's the whole thing. I'm just going to get a little bit out of sight, I guess. And, you know what, actually? I'm going to try something I have not done before. I have a dart that I can throw. I have 9 darts. I am going to check one of them at the basilisk.
Fair warning. Darts have an effective and a limited range. I believe it is 30 to 60 feet. Give me a second. While I go check that. Dart. 20 to 60 feet. Meaning anything you shoot outside of those initial 20 feet is a disadvantage.
Well, I'm going for the Hail Mary. I have 9 of them. I'm just gonna check one.
Okay.
Anyways, and
That's a 19, still hits. Roll me damage for 4 points of damage. You just kind of grab one of your darts, take aim in the darkness, and shoot out the throw out the dart, and kind of like lands on the side of this basilisk leg.
sweet. And now I'm gonna hide behind the wall and end my turn.
Porunga.
I'm gonna cast Ice Knife.
Wait, Exandri, you're not on the turn order. Did you forget? Hold on.
It was like a 5.
Yes, give me a second. But yeah, you're gonna cast Ice Knife.
Yeah.
Are we still level 3?
You are still level 3.
Okay.
15 hits. You are still within the effective 60 feet of Ice Knife. Yes. 15 hits for 7 points of piercing damage, and then it has to make an additional dexterity saving throw to see if the additional cold hits him. So, pow. Makes it. The ice knife kind of like cuts a gash along the length of the basilisk's body. But like as it lands behind him and detonates, the basilisk manages to kind of just duck and roll out of the way of the ensuing explosion. The turn order reset. So sadly, Porunga, that is not gonna hit. The additional ice effect doesn't go off.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn right there.
Right, Exandri.
All right, she's going to hold her holy emblem and she's going to mutter her father's name and she's going to shoot out a sacred flame.
The Basilisk, it is going to make a 30 saving throw. Makes it.
Yeah.
With
Dude is Kevin ready to fight.
Uh,
So
the duality of man strikes yet again.
she's gonna back up. See here. And let's see, what was that? 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay. Back up all the way there. Hold on.
Yep.
You need to move one of the cameras to fucking keep track of you on the feed. There you are. Leaving Derek just partially obscured in the darkness. Anything else?
She will be like, don't forget, you're really strong like Drakgar right now. And Porunga, also remember your gifts.
Okay. So now we move on to proper initiative. El Basilisk will begin to move forward. 20 feet forward. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna roll a 1d2. On a 1, it dashes forward. On a 2, it dodges. It's gonna dash forward to meet all of you guys over here. Staring down this tunnel. So now everybody is everybody but Alexandria is within their effective line of sight. That is it for Basilisk. Drakgar.
All right. Our eyes are closed, so I don't know where I'm swinging.
You heard
But
something come up close to you.
yes, so I'm gonna attempt to smack it.
That's a 7. It'll not hit.
And that'll be it.
Okay, the next Basilisk will begin to move forward as well, hissing and gnashing its teeth along the way. It'll dash to cover the extra distance, meaning it gets all the way here. That is it for this one. Metius, are you covering your eyes?
So I did cover my eyes last turn. Can I try to cast Firebolt with my eyes covered? Or is it
It's at a disadvantage, but that's assuming you even know that the basilisks are like here next to you.
right? Okay. I'm not sure that he would even do that because it possibly puts somebody else's life in danger because he could just shoot somebody else by accident. So I think what I'm going to do is take my hand off of my face and see the 2 basilisks, and I'm going to use my last 2nd level spell slot to upcast Magic Missile.
Okay.
So that I have 4 shots.
First, maybe
and
Constitution saving throw against the Basilisk's Petrifying Gaze.
Okay, Constitution saving throw.
You make it. You are under no risk of being petrified at the moment.
Excellent. So then I will cast Magic Missile at a 2nd level, which means I get 4 missiles.
Correct. Where are these missiles being targeted? At which one of them?
I was going to split them. So the first two to the closest one, and then the last two to the furthest one.
Takes 10 points of damage, and the other one takes 6 points of damage. You kind of, stop averting your eyes for a moment. You confirm their current position, and immediately before you feel the restraining effect taking hold of your body, you shoot 4 magic missiles out and strike at both of them.
And then I will once again cover my eyes and end my turn.
Okay. Juno. Let's see. Would they be able to see you there? Yes, they would. Are you averting your eyes?
Yeah. When I went into that corner, I was like looking into the corner. I
Okay.
wasn't like.
Okay, that's fine. In that case, would you attack? It'll be a disadvantage, but you don't need to make the save against the petrification.
Close my eyes and sensing their direction, I'm taking my
And
quarterstaff.
I'll start making noise so Drakgar or not Juno gets a general idea where they should be.
Yeah, I think there would have been quite a bit of noise, so I think I would know kind of the direction.
Ooh.
Yeah, sadly, you don't actually land your strike. You know where they are. You can swing with the quarterstaff.
I get a D4. Each creature can add a D4 no more than once per turn. I get a D4.
Do you want to use it here? Actually, I'm gonna say you can't hit them with even with a max on the D4.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna say that you don't use it right now.
Okay.
You have your bonus action off and attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna do bonus action unarmed strike. If I can find it. Oh, unarmed strike.
Okay. 17 hits. Roll me your damage. 5
Nice.
damage on this Basilisk here. You hear it. Those of you who are not looking at this directly will hear the squeals of this creature as it begins to thrash around a little bit more desperate. It is, probably not doing too good. Anything else, Juno?
Nope. I'm gonna keep my eyes closed, and I'm going to end my turn.
All right, Porunga. You're looking at them, so can't save. That is a fail.
Uh-oh.
Even with a max on a D4, he will not be able to make it. So Porunga, you feel your body kind of tense up once again. The sensation threatening to take a hold of your body as patches of your clothes and skin begin turning a stone texture of gray.
So can I still cast anything, or
you can still cast? You just can't move from where you are.
okay? I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on that first guy.
Okay.
Oh, can I actually spend a sorcery point and twin it?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll aim at both of them.
All right. So Ray of Frost, you use sorcery points to twin it. Go ahead and roll your 2 Ray of Frosts. First one hits for 1 point of cold damage. Second one does not hit.
Oh, that would have been.
Yeah. Sometimes the gambles you take are not entirely worth it.
Guess the
That's
odds are not in your favor.
that's all I can do.
All right. On your next turn, you'll be able to make the save at the end of your turn to try and see if you are fully petrified or you manage to snap out of the effect.
Okay.
Exandri, you hear the like the sound of like hardening stone like come around the corner, and you fear that one of your allies may be caught in the effect.
Well, it's not any good for her to go look. As I only have one attack spell. Where is... how's it going around the corner?
Not
I'm starting
ideal.
to sound.
Working.
Porunga, you know you're not supposed to look at them. What do I have out right now? Let's see. I currently have Warding Bond on Juno. I have class feature. I need to make sure it's not a concentration spell. 1 sec, sorry. It is not. Cool. I really don't have anything to do though. So
Be the cheerleader. There you go.
What are you doing exactly?
I do nothing. No, I will peek around the corner. I can see Porunga.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, you can barely see Porunga standing there, realizing.
I will cast. Nope, I do nothing. I don't have anything I do.
God damn it. That's that. Basilisk. Funnily enough, it doesn't need to make the petrification save against his own ally, because he's not looking that way. Instead, he's going to look at one of you's, Juno or Drakgar. I'm gonna roll a 1d2. On a 1 is Juno, on a 2 is Drakgar. Looking at you, Drakgar.
Bring it.
Basilisk is going to swing on you. Or, bite, I guess.
That's a smack.
Pow.
Ouch.
5 points of piercing, 4 points of poison, because you are raging ugly.
So 9 damage.
Yes, 9 damage total. That's it for the Basilisk. Dragonlord. You definitely felt that bite, so you probably have a better idea of where the Basilisk is sent.
Well, I'm gonna. Yep, and I'm gonna swing at the fucker that decided to bite me. Please. Fuck you!
Still averting your gaze?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not a crit.
Damn it!
Because you didn't say you were recklessing. You have to call it out before you take the swing.
Whoops. But.
So that is a total of 13 points of damage on the Basilisk. Which even then is still just enough to take him down.
Let's go.
So you're not sure what you felt the bite come from a direction, so you kind of like aim your axe like directly over where that direction of the bite came from, and you just kind of bring it down on that general location. You hear a crack, a squish, and the sound of something being cut by your axe. You kind of shout out, Juno, did I get you? And then, but you realize Juno is still standing next to you, and the Basilisk is there. Anything else, Dragon?
That will be it.
Okay. Second Basilisk, trying to avenge its fallen mate, will move forward. It is currently underneath the token. Let me make sure to move it to the top. There we go. It's going to move forward I'm gonna roll a 1d2. 1 is Juno, 2 is Drakgar. And this thing is going after Drakgar.
Bring it, I can take it. That's a hit.
Pow. 4 points piercing, 8 poison.
Ouch.
So that's a total of 12 damage. That is it for the Basilisk. Metius, are you looking at them?
Yeah, I do have my hands over my eyes. I'm just gonna have to risk it again and use my very last spell slot to cast a level 1 magic missile.
That is the mage's staple, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what I've got. So do I have to make a con save?
If you do require to see them,
Yeah, it has to be in sight.
okay.
Yeah.
In that case, you have to make the con save.
All right, that's an 8.
That
It's a fail.
is a fail, sadly.
Mhm.
Begin to kind of tense up once again, like last time. But you still get your magic missile off. Go ahead and roll it. 13 points of damage total on the Basilisk. You see it, rather, like squeal and in pain and kind of like hiss as your magic missiles pierce its body, looking a little bit rougher than before.
Excellent. And then I will cover my eyes and
Well,
end my turn.
it doesn't.
Well, hopefully, I still don't want to look at them because I know I have to make another save, right?
Well, no. Once you fail the initial save, it doesn't. At the start of your next turn, you don't need to make the save again because you're already in the process of being petrified.
Oh, okay.
It is at the end of your turn where you have to make the save again on the following turn.
Okay.
So
I think he's still gonna cover his eyes.
okay, if you are going to be petrified in a position, better it be with your eye, with your hand over your eyes.
Yeah. All right.
Juno, it is your turn. You hear the stuff, the basilisk to you. Are you looking?
I don't think so. I think Juno's a very cautious guy, so I don't think he's going to be taking any risks. And I think he's kind of, since he's a monk, he can kind of fight with his eyes closed and be less worried about it. So I'm going to take a quarterstaff strike.
All right. 14.
I'm going to use the D4.
All right. Yeah, that hits. Roll.
Oh, thank God.
Roll me damage. 9 points of damage. You hear your quarterstaff crack against, something. Well, it doesn't break it, but you hear it like strike something. 16.
And I'm following around with a unarmed strike.
16 hits again for 5 points of damage. You hear the basilisk like scream out in pain. Probably doesn't have much, more to it.
I'm feeling full of myself, so I'm going to use a key point for another unarmed strike.
Your flurry of blows. Okay, so roll me another armor strike. Sadly, that's not gonna hit. You hit with a quarterstaff, you hit with a kick, and then you kind of try to spin to hit with the other kick, but you hit air. You don't seem to land that last one.
Alright.
Anything else?
Nope. I'm gonna keep my eyes closed in a meditation state and end my turn.
Porunga, you're currently turning to stone, but you might be able to Hail Mary this one to kill the Basilisk before you do.
Send it.
I want to cast a magic missile at level 2.
Alright.
Come on, you can do this.
Roll me your magic missiles.
Okay.
That is the first one. Remember, you have 4 of these because it's a level 2.
Oh.
Multiple all of them. 19 points of damage total on the Basilisk, and you get him.
Let's go.
So, like, you're in the process of being petrified, and you point your arm forward, and the 4 darts can like appear around you and fly over to the Basilisk, and just like pelt it with with 4 holes in its body, can like die, killing it in a moment. And at the end of your turn, make me your con save and see if you do turn to stone.
Come on, you got this.
I don't
Sadly,
think that's the same.
Fuck.
it's not going to make it.
Can you
Can't
do
he
this,
roll
Steve?
his D4?
I mean, are you gonna roll your d4?
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
You only needed a 1. I was just
Okay.
to see if you
Oh.
remembered. So like
Holy.
right as the rock, textures kind of begin to overcome your body, you kind of like move your arm, like kind of begin to move around. You see as the spell. No, sadly, Metius doesn't have the D4.
Okay.
You see
It was nice knowing you.
the sort of like brilliant aura that you felt before kind of like cracks away at the stone textures on your body, and that would effectively be the end of initiative. I will still ask you, Metius, however, to make me a Constitution saving throw.
You got
Wait.
this.
I would have casted guidance on him because my turn is next in the order.
Guidance doesn't do anything against saving throws.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, right as Porunga dispatches the final Basilisk and breaks out of their petrification, Metius, you kind of do the same, also being empowered, not exactly by a spell per se, or by the emboldening bond, but more so inspired by the idea of not turning to stone. And you manage to end the effect on you. This will put us effectively at the end of initiative.
Oof.
Excellent work, everybody. We
Damn,
probably
that
still
was
need
a
to
little too
check.
close for comfort, but we made it.
Yeah.
It worked.
I hand Drakgar one of my potions.
Or cool.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I obviously drink it because I need it.
You drink your healing potion. Go ahead and roll the
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
heal back for 10. I'm gonna be honest with you. You probably didn't need that. But it's better to be safe than sorry.
Shall we check the rest of the cave?
True, but before we do that, can you try
Yep.
to harvest both of the glands again? I mean, they could be of use later on, or for future endeavors in case we might need them.
We don't know what Derek's gonna do.
Sure.
I'm kidding.
And then I will guidance him, and then right after I guidance him, I will start pointing out like I did last time, where like the incisions would best be located to extract it.
Well, I'll say because guidance is a casting type of an action, you wouldn't be able to guidance and provide a help action at the same time, but somebody else can provide the help action.
I'll say it's right there, and then I'll point to where it looked like they were cutting at.
So Juno, make me a survival check with advantage and an additional D4.
Hog.
You didn't need to roll that D4. You make it with a 16. You, following the indications of your allies, you're given, like I assume some of you has like a knife or some form of cutting utensil for the, for the incisions.
Mm-hmm.
You're given a dagger to kind of like, dig into the basilisk, and it's a still a very gruesome process, but one that you managed to perform and extract a strange sort of like looking gland from the gullet of the of the basilisk. You now have 2 of these.
And then I would cast guidance on him again for the next one. If somebody wants to assist him again.
I'll hold it down. Mother.
You still have a D4.
You got this.
Sadly, that's not enough to extract the gland.
We got 2 of them.
However, you would be able to, extract some teeth if that's what you want.
If they look particular, I mean, I would get, just kind of, looking for what seems of either value or importance or stands out on him, whether it's his teeth or any other part of his body.
Well, the basilisk teeth are significantly sharp, as you would expect from something that is meant to bite into stone. While obviously you wouldn't be able to make use of the whole jaw, as a weapon, obviously. You would be able to extract the teeth, which individually, each of them appear to be like as sharp as a dagger almost. Meaning that all of them, combined a single jaw would make for a particularly nasty bite. So, you get. Give me a second. Roll me a d8.
Alright. Oh shoot, sorry, hang on. I'm doing the wrong thing.
You get 8 basilisk teeth out of this.
Nice.
How do you spell basilisk? B-A-S.
Like that. Other than that, well, you basically you couldn't quite finish the procedure of the second one to extract the gland. But you still have the other one. So you still have only 2 of these glands to craft anti-petrification ointments.
Cool.
Is anyone brave enough to search the rest of the cave, make sure there's no extra eggs that we need to destroy before we leave here?
Yeah, I'm very healthy, so I will step forward, Metius. And I'm gonna put
You
my
know,
hand on
I've
Drakgar's
casted
shoulder.
so many spells on you, and the fact that you haven't gotten hit yet is like
I am
really
invincible.
ridiculous.
I'm getting every.
Metius, stop right there. You go up to this segment of the cave, which leads into a small pool of water with a bit of a solid rock platform in the middle. You notice something in the platform, a similar sort of like rock ring of sorts, like in the on top of the flat segment of the rock,
Mm-hmm.
which seems to indicate that this no, it looks very similar to the rock circle around the eggs that you saw back there.
Okay.
Almost as if this was meant to be another nest, but there appears to be no eggs here.
Can I see any residue from what might look like a hatched egg, or is it just totally empty?
This appears to be empty, as if they didn't even get a chance to
Okay.
pop eggs, I guess.
All right. There's just another elevated rock here, but there's no sign of, just like the one we saw that last egg clutch on, but there's no sign of any eggs or basilisk. Not that I could see anyway. Is this water very, very deep?
Not particularly.
So it's like the same shallow water from around the other clutch?
Similar shallow water. It seems really the only deep pool of water is the one where you guys came into the tunnel in the first place.
Right. So it looks like we may have prevented another spawning.
Sick.
Is there something up here? Okay, then I suppose
Is this the passageway?
No, that's just the wall of the cave.
Okay.
there's a small passage here to the south.
Seems to lead into a small pool of, what at first looked like very murky water. You come to the realization the closer you get there, Metius, that it stinks.
Oh God.
You think you may have just found uh, the
Uh-oh.
the disposal segment of the cave. Where all
This
Oh wow, they're smart enough to have a restroom.
Metius is gonna write that down in his notes.
what
Of course.
you know what they say, never shit where you eat. So they probably are smart enough to not shit.
Basilisks do not defecate where they consume. This is excellent news, everybody.
So after we examine everything and investigate this part of the cave, we've noticed that it's cleared out and we could go back.
We killed 4 basilisks, did we not?
You killed 4 basilisks. You found
And
We did.
and somebody had determined that there were 4 sets of tracks, so I think that must be all. The only thing left
All
is
right,
the
let's
eggs
go.
and Derek.
Let's go see how well we could handle the eggs and try and take at least 2 of them with us and Derek's back to the surface.
All right.
Okay.
Was there anything this down here, or was that the room we were talking about earlier?
That's where they shit.
Yeah, that's where
Okay.
where the
Noted. Let's gonna yeet myself out of that one.
You know,
go ahead.
when people are petrified, does anybody happen to know if their items are petrified? Is it possible that
Everything they're carrying on them is petrified with them.
okay?
Barring,
Then
like in very rare occasions.
oh, we would have seen that with Derek as he totally is petrified. Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm not.
in very rare occasions, the like magical items are not petrified, but that's they wasn't carrying anything magical. So
I'm doing. We don't want to look down there for any magic items, do we?
Might be worth a peek.
Uh,
I mean, can we see anything from the surface, or?
what do you mean?
in this refuse area, if I cast dancing lights and try to send them into the water, does anything like shine back at me? Is there anything in there like that is possibly an undigested magical item?
Not particularly. I mean, I will say, like, unless you actually take time to like
No, we don't have time for that.
through like mundane or magical means, wade through the pile of a basilisk excrement. You probably wouldn't be able to tell at a glance.
I don't think that Metius is greedier than that. I don't think he's that greedy. I think the curiosity is sated, and the possibility that it exists is enough for him. And I will move back to the other part of the cave.
Like the line says, man, that's one big pile of shit. So, you guys return to the central segment of the cave.
Now all that's left to do is go back. Do we still have that? Did we end up tying that rope over or no?
Yeah, we tied the rope.
I'll
Back
just
to
pick up Derek and then start heading where
Oh,
we.
we're gonna go to the eggs first.
That's
Oh, okay.
right. But
I'll still pick him up just in case, so we don't have to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we gotta go into this hole right here to leave, goofball.
True, but I could just move him. But yeah. Alright, never mind. I'll just leave him there, I guess.
Cast a healing word on Drakgar just in case.
The eggs
Alright,
are
go.
still there in their state.
The They appear to not be hatching or anything like that. The eggs are
All right.
still appear to be, inert for the time being.
Excellent. Well, I
I'm gonna-
concede to you, Exandria. You were correct about the eggs. But now we just must decide on how many we're going to take, if any at all.
Well, let's attempt to destroy one and see how well that goes.
Destroy?
Um,
Okay.
Calm down. Let's see
Okay.
if we could destroy it, but like look around. Like I guess let's crack it like we were going to cook it to see if we could extract any of its glands for the fluid, because it's a very valuable fluid, and if basilisks are well-known creatures that work for Sidon, then it just might be wise for the future to have some potions on hand.
Okay.
True.
Does anybody have? Yeah,
Sitting down there
Drac,
and-
use the axe.
So I'll grab some of the eggs and put it on this island right here.
Well, I mean, you can very easily just climb up to the, rock platform where they are at.
Oh yeah, which one are they on? Oh,
This
they're
one
right.
over
I'm
here.
blind. I'm blind. All right, so I'll smash one of them.
Okay, so you use this you swing your axe and you smash, you destroy one of them. It is there's a surprising amount of resistance, to the shell. But you being the strong person that you are, with enough force and enough push, managed to crack and destroy the basilisk egg. It is there's a lot of fluid that comes out of it. You know. As far as you can tell, however, whatever basilisks are inside of these eggs are, or if there were any, they're a bit too unformed for you to be able to, at least for this one specifically, to be able to, garner anything from it.
Interesting.
All right. Go ahead and destroy one more, and let's see if it's possible to tote two of them back with us.
Does one of them look? Do they all look relatively
all-
the same, like age, or does one of them maybe look a bit older?
They all look pretty much the same.
So it's probably unlikely then that any of them are going to yield a gland, but we could still take two back.
They could either catch a small profit, or maybe Dad would be able to find some use for them, whether
Mhm.
it be a grand feast or hatching and possibly raising them.
All right. So
Smash
I
one
guess
more and then
that's your
grab
cue.
the other two. So
Yeah,
I
destroy one and let's try and tote two.
whack one more.
All right, so you destroy another one of the basilisk eggs. I'm gonna say these things are relatively heavy. Which one of you is carrying the eggs, and which one of you is carrying the statue, Derek, back to?
I'm probably gonna have to carry Derek. Wait, I wonder.
You should probably. I think like you most
I mean-
likely you should be carrying Derek back because you're very strong.
Also,
If one of
keep in mind, you guys actually have to go through a tunnel to
yeah.
back up to the surface, back to the river.
Hmm.
Meaning that you have to drag both the eggs and their statue Derek through quite a couple of feet of water,
Yeah.
watery tunnel to be able to make it back.
I mean, we could do it like I could do it probably one at a time, maybe, but that would still be a lot of swimming.
I could
Okay.
help. I could help.
Yeah. Can I attempt to lift one of the eggs?
You can. Wait, what was your strength score?
That would be a 10.
You can.
It is a relatively hefty, egg. Uh, Not quite obviously, it's still smaller, still small compared to the size of the basilisks. But big enough that there is a noticeable weight to it.
Okay.
You must to grab one of them.
All right, I can lift this one if you want to take care of Derek and maybe
I think
Exandria or
Juno
Porunga.
can
You
grab an
can.
egg. Derek could take Drac could take Derek.
Right. So I'll carry my egg over to the hole.
So I will just say that I'm just gonna remove the egg from the map and say that one of you are grabbing one at the very least.
And I'll grab the other one, and then I'll give it to Juno as I walk by.
Knowing that Metius is probably not as strong as both Juno and Drac, she will
I think it's very
clutch her-
obvious that he's not as strong.
She will clutch her symbol and she'll whisper to the gods again, and that silvery mist kind of like sprinkles down on top of him, and she will cast guidance on him.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
Uh,
I'm not as strong in battle.
So,
just for clarification, Drakgar, you're carrying statue Derek. Juno, you're carrying an egg, and Matthias is carrying the other egg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if he struggles, I could come back and bring it up instead.
How big are
And
these
then-
eggs?
And then Metius has my guidance, and Juno still has my bond. That lasts for 10 minutes. Unless it's been 10 minutes, then he doesn't have it anymore.
the eggs are like almost like 2 feet long.
Oh wow.
They're pretty big. All right. So, in that case, are you guys departing the cave now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Those of you who are carrying the eggs and the statue, I'm gonna need you guys to make me an athletics check. See if you actually manage to make it the full way of the watery tunnel back to the river.
Oh, I'm having anxiety. Please don't kill Derek.
Athletics, and I have a D4.
You make it, Metius?
Yeah.
Wait, Porunga, were you carrying anything?
No, he's not.
I think you might have just clicked it on accident.
Uh,
I
Do
have
I-
a 9.
I make it without the D4. I don't need to use it.
yes, you make it already for Metius.
Excellent.
Drakgar, that's an 11.
He's carrying Derek. That's
Uh,
horrible.
okay.
Help Jaguar.
So here's what happens. Well, first of all, in which order are you guys going down the tunnel? Who would have what would have been the marching order here?
I would have followed Metius.
I would have probably gone on the back since I had the biggest one.
I'd probably be right with Drakgar.
No.
So Metius
Wait.
and Exandria, I'm gonna say you guys are the ones that go first. Would have swam all the way to the across the tunnel. For a moment, it looked like there's really no that much issue in like carrying this egg like across the water. And eventually you make it to the other side. You emerge up onto the onto the river. Kind of startling for a moment. Thericles, who was still waiting by the side of the river. Kind of like for a moment he like draws his bow and arrow, and you kind of like startle him as you come up from the water. But then he realizes that it's just the two of you, and says, "You're still alive. That means
We are,
you were successful."
for the most part.
Yeah.
The basilisks are dead.
Well, that's impressive, I must admit. As this is happening, Drakgar and Juno, you guys can like jump into the water. Juno, in any other situation, you would be very nimble in the water. However, the fact that you now have this, like 2 feet long, egg on your hands makes it a little bit difficult for you to maneuver the tunnel. You, for a moment, begin to move in such a way that the egg
Sorry.
begins to brush against the rocky walls of the watery tunnel, and it is in one of those moments where you don't quite measure up the like distance between you and the rock walls, and you feel the egg be taken out of your hands as you swim by a piece of a rock that was, that was a little bit too out, from the rest of the wall. Now, this doesn't mean the egg is gone, but if you choose to, to go back to pick it up and spend more time swimming around the tunnel, uh, you would need to, well, make a Constitution check to avoid like drowning. Do you risk going back for the egg?
We've got another one. Um, let's see how good I am at swimming. Yeah, I'm not gonna go back for it.
Okay. So you feel the egg kind of take out of your hand. You see it kind of like land against the, against the bottom of the watery tunnel, and you're like, not worth it. You just continue swimming, forward. Eventually coming up onto the surface. Drakgar, you who have a slightly, slightly bigger, target to carry in the form of Derek, in his petrified form. I find it a little bit more difficult to maneuver the tunnel. Both because you have to, well, move yourself, but also make sure Derek's body doesn't like hit against any of the walls, out of fear that it might like break apart out of him. You rolled an 11. All right. In a very similar vein to what just happened to Juno. In one of those moments where the tunnel kind of inclines a little bit, you feel like a tug, like a pull. You look down and you realize that part of Derek's body is currently caught in one of the rocky formations of the of the tunnel. You again, I'll give you a similar option. Because this tunnel is pretty long. You're currently very close. Even though you can. What's your strength score? I mean, not strength score. Constitution. My bad.
I just had it. It's +4. Oh wait, no, sorry, 15.
Yeah. So +2 to Constitution.
Yeah, 2, and then for my racial, I get another 2. I think.
Wait, what? What?
On the saving throws, it's just 4, but on the actual score, it says +2. So I think.
Yeah, I'm talking about your Constitution score or Constitution modifier.
My modifier is +4.
Okay. Wait, that.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. I was looking at the saving throw. It's +2, +2.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Actually, you can actually hold your breath a little bit more than I originally believed.
August.
What's it called? Do you want to just stick back and try and see if you can unhook Derek's body from whatever rock he's stuck on?
And then if I try to go up for air, would I risk breaking him right from from when he falls, right? Or would I not have time to?
Essentially, I'm asking if you because if you leave him here, he wouldn't appear to be in risk of breaking or anything like that. It's just it'll take you a little bit longer to like unhook him, and then also swim the rest of the way there.
Okay, so he's not gonna break if I let him go.
You don't think so? You can hold your breath for quite a while. So you're not in any immediate danger to run out of breath.
I'll try to break him out real quick. See if I can, or not break him out, but like get him out unstuck.
Roll me another athletics check.
Yes, let's go.
For a moment you kind of have to properly look at your surroundings, see where exactly how this came to happen. And you notice, part of what is currently still a thin layer of rock, which are, Derek's clothes, are currently jammed into like this kind of like cracks on the on the rock wall of the tunnel. So you kind of have to align your arm in such a way that you can like push against the wall without risking, you know, you might risk the clothes breaking, but you try and do so in a way that you don't risk the main body actually breaking. So you do that, and you manage to push off the crack, and continue to swim the rest of the way to the surface, eventually making it to the other side of the tunnel. And with that, all of you guys are back outside. As all of you guys come, back up to the surface of the Archeon River, some a little bit earlier than others, Thericles kind of like looks at you guys and says, "Well, I'll be. You actually pulled it off. Is that?" He kind of looks over at you, Metius, and says, "That isn't what I think it is it?"
It is indeed a basilisk egg.
And then he kind of like looks over and sees Drakgar come out of the water with Derek in tow. And then he says, "Oh, um, your friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he kind of got himself in trouble, but we should be able to fix him up.
Are you sure?"
Or we got some that we're told we can fix his problem. We're hoping it does.
Do you by chance know how to make potions of any kind? Sir?
I noticed that you surfaced without the egg. If you lost it, you at least broke it, correct?
You know what? I don't think so. Did it? It didn't break, did it?
It didn't break. It just kind of like landed on the floor of the tunnel, like halfway there.
And should I swim down back for it, or do we not want to?
I'm just not super confident in the water. Not a great swimmer.
Drac, would you be able to go back? And if you're comfortable with obtaining it, that's cool, or breaking it, either way, completely okay. I just don't think we should let it.
I completely agree. We don't want it to hatch.
Yeah. So if you're comfortable with retrieving it, that'd be cool. Or if you're more comfortable with breaking it, that's also okay.
I'll try to bring it up, but if not, oh well.
Okay. Just 1 second before you go. She's
I'll
going
put
to
Derek on the
her
ground.
temple, pray to her gods, and that silvery mist sprinkles down on top of you, and she will cast guidance.
And then I will thank you and jump in.
You jump in, and mind you can hold your breath underwater pretty good. So you get to like around the halfway point of the tunnel. You kind of look around, see where the egg may have like fallen onto, and I'll say you eventually find it pretty easily.
You see that it's kind of like lodged, like somewhere in the ground. You're gonna have to pry it like out of there, or at least if you're retrieving it or you're destroying it.
I'm gonna try to retrieve it.
Make me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Give me something good. Fuck.
Your D4 because you're against.
Oh yeah.
Uh, you know, you're not sure. You do eventually lodge it out, up there. But there's like this weird like sensation you feel when you do so.
Uh-oh.
So you then kind of like swim back over to the surface. Uh, when you resurface and you guys kind of look over at Drakgar, you realize that the egg he's carrying appears to have a slightest bit of a crack somewhere there. The egg doesn't break apart, or any of its insides or fluids kind of like fall or pour out of it. But there seems to be a little bit of a crack there.
Uh-oh. Should
Does
we?
anybody have a bending spell?
I'm not sure. I guess the egg itself is the creature.
We're gonna cast bending on the egg.
Just put some duct tape on it.
Do you want? Could you put a mending in the chat real quick? Okay. I'll say you can indeed mend the egg. It won't look exactly as new. There's still going to be a noticeable like space where the where the crack was once at. But you think you have mended the the egg.
Mate.
Oh no.
As you guys are doing this, Thericles kind of looks around and says,
You're not seriously thinking of taking this eggs back to Astoria, are you?
About
Actually,
that.
yes. You're going to take them back and show them to Father.
You mean you're going to take the eggs of the creatures that did that to your friend? Kind of points at the statue, Derek.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but the group seems to have decided otherwise. I'm sort of just going along with it.
I suppose you did take care of them, if that what you claim is true. And, well, you did agree to assist in the other regard that we discussed.
Yes.
If you truly think this is the best judgment call you can make, then for now you will get no argument from me. But, well, whatever it is you decide to make with this eggs, make sure it has nothing to do with affecting the people of Astoria.
What do you mean?
We would never do that.
I mean, because they're wild creatures. They're basilisks.
Oh, certainly. Well, we would rather. I'm sure we would rather have them destroyed than released in any way. So, if it turns out that some clandestine operation wants to say buy them so they could be rehatched, actually, that's an excellent point. What if we bring the eggs back, sell them, and then the Order of Sidon just buys them back, and this whole thing happens again?
Well, I wanted to take them back to give them to Father to see if there was some way they could be contained. And
For what?
for what? Well, what if we need more potions in the future? What if basilisks can be somehow tamed? Sidon uses them as pets. Why can't we?
All right. Maybe they could be used as some kind of like exactly, Porunga. If anything, I'm sure Pythor would destroy them if we couldn't find something else to do with them.
Exactly. That's what my secondary thing was. If Father had no use of them, we could probably just cook them up and serve them at a feast.
All right.
So,
Or we could, spite Sidon and sacrifice ourselves and then start eating scrambled eggs of his baby basilisks while we wait.
What a horrific thought.
So Thericles says,
well, I believe it might be about time that we head back to the city. Your friend, if you want to mend your current situation, it might be better if we get to looking for an alchemist or a potion brewer, somebody who may be able to perform some form of assistance here.
Right.
Or,
Right.
or perhaps even the clerics. Someone has to be able to assist.
Well, Pythor has access to alchemists, as we know, so hopefully he'll be able to help us there. But lead the way, good sir.
Well, you already know the way. Just back to the city, following the road.
At the end of the 1 hour mark, the symbols that I burnt into the back of Juno's shoulder, they stop glowing that emerald fire glow, and they just kind of fade, but the symbols itself are still burnt to the back of his shoulder.
Okay. You guys return to the Astoria. It takes a while, especially because you're carrying, Derek. And eventually, you walk back into the cities. The current guards on shift. You will hear them, again, they seem to kind of already know, you guys. But you still kind of hear them, mutter under their breath, what happened there, because they just see you walk with the statue, and one of them does kind of stop you guys at the entrance. Drakgar specifically, because the one carrying the statue, and says, that's a very interesting statue you have there. Looks very lifelike.
Wait, are these guards or are these the?
The guards who are kind of at the gate.
Yeah, our friend kind of got in a little he kind of got turned to stone, and we're trying to see if we can get him cured.
They both look at each other a little bit confused, and they eventually just kind of look over at you and say, "Well, we're sorry about what happened to your friend. We don't have anything ourselves specifically don't have anything to assist you, but we hope that you find a way to help him out."
Yeah, he'll be fine, and I guess I'll just continue to.
You continue to drag him away.
Continue on to the palace.
Yeah.
So at some point when you're by the time you guys get back here, it is way deep into the night, probably midnight at this point. At some point during the travel back, Thericles says, "I should probably go back to my home. Let's hope that what your actions that have transpired here have secured a better future for the city. And whenever you're done with that regard, do remember our promise."
Thericles, could you please have a photo of your daughter delivered to the palace sometime tomorrow?
Kind of raised, I'm going to assume you didn't mean to use the word photo, because that doesn't exist in this.
Little drawing or whatever, sketch.
So, what are you meant to say?
Sketch, like a sketch of his daughter. Could they have it brought to the palace within the next 2 days?
Kind of looks at you and says, "I mean, sure, I'll see if I can find anyone who's proficient enough in sketching to this. But in the off chance that I do not, you are looking for a young girl. Can't be older than 17. She has long, dark hair, usually dons a blue hood that I gifted to her on her birthday.
You broke out a little bit. What was that last part?
He said that she usually dons a blue hood that he gifted to her on her birthday.
All right. What color are her eyes, by chance?
Brown.
And what was her name one more time?
Corina.
Karina.
I'm gonna type it in the chat.
Thank you, thank you. That is. All right. Got that written down.
Kind of says, well, it's best I depart now. I wish you all the best and, well, luck finding a way to help your friend. And you see Thericles begin to go off, presumably back to the vineyard where he lives at. The rest of you guys head. Well, it is pretty late in the night. Probably no real other like businesses are open at the moment. So really, your only option here is to either wake someone up, hopefully someone who deals in treatment like this, or just go straight to the palace.
It might be safer if we just keep Derek as a statue for overnight.
Yeah. I'll just head to the pal.
Okay. You head back to the palace. You head back to the palace. It is like the late shift, so when you are approaching, some of the guards kind of like get startled a little bit because they didn't expect, people to just be walking up like in the middle of the night to the palace. But they quickly recognize you, and like again, the similar process to how were the guards like at the entrance of the city were. Like they just kind of like, oh, well, I guess I guess you have a really weird statue, and yada yada yada. Same process like that. But
Can I ask one of the guards if Pythor sleeps?
he kind of like looks around, almost as if to make sure like nobody's listening in. He looks over at you and says, "Well, Lord Pythor definitely does sleep sometimes. Whenever he is, other times he's just out cold in a drunken stupor. I'm not sure which one is tonight, so take that as you will."
Okay, I appreciate the information, and I will continue carrying my egg.
Eventually, you guys make it back to the palace. Probably prop up Derek somewhere in the hallway. And do you guys go to take a rest or try and see if you can do something still during the night?
I
Do
think
we
we
want
would
to?
go talk to Pythor about stuff for a small second before bed, right?
Yeah, do we want to see if he can rally some alchemists to immediately start working on the
That
antidote or whatever we call
that
it,
doesn't seem
anti-petrification?
necessary. I mean,
It doesn't
he's not
seem
dying.
necessary?
It doesn't seem necessary to make people wake up and immediately start working on an antidote when Derek is in no harm of dying, and we have 2 casts to create an antidote.
Are you certain about that? Are you certain that he's in some?
He's
He can't. He just can't die because he's petrified.
He's not dying in his petrified state.
Do we all need to be at the sacrificial stone though?
Yes, but that's
We have
tonight.
a full day to do that, though.
It's in the morning though, isn't it?
No, it's tomorrow night.
It's at sundown. But the thing is
Oh, it's sundown.
that
Okay.
I really think we should get people working on it immediately, just in case it takes however long. Especially since we're not really sure how long somebody can stay in a petrified state for before maybe it might become irreversible.
I mean, none of you guys know exactly if that's the case.
Do I remember anything that I read in the book? Like, I, Cassie, feel like we uncovered some of this information.
As far as like how the petrification effect works,
Yeah.
well, the one thing that would have been written in the book is that people who are cured of petrification, well, usually come back being completely unaware of any amount of period of time that transpired during the petrification. Sometimes not even realizing, like how long, it has been. They, as far as you know, or the book would have told you, they do not actually age, while in stone. Uh, but if the stone is damaged in a significant way, like the shape of stone is damaged in a significant way, if any parts break off, if anything important is missing by the time the unpetrification process is done, then well, that piece will remain missing.
I will let Metius know that while petrified, it's like they're in a state of slumber and they don't age, they don't perceive time,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, the only way something bad were to happen to him is if Drac dropped the statue and like shattered him.
Oops, that was.
Well, okay. I again will. If everybody else is okay with leaving him in that state, I think it is incredibly irresponsible, and do not stand for it. And I really think that we should have people working on this immediately.
Well,
But if you don't think that's a good idea,
It's-
then it's fine.
It might be a little too late for that tonight,
it's like
but I can watch over him, make sure he doesn't fall over and anything.
Okay.
You feel. Actually, let me double check something. Can anybody roll me a d100?
The first
Drakgar
roll
is
was an
hers.
83.
You guys feel a presence.
Oh.
If someone is looking at you, but you're not sure from where.
Mm-hmm. We're all feeling this. Does anybody feel like they're being watched? Were we not specifically instructed to care for Derek by
we are
Versi?
literally caring for him. We are not caring for him.
I think, and this is again simply my own personal opinion, but I'm sure that Versi would believe that by allowing him to exist in a state where he could be irreparably damaged just by chance, that would mean that we are not taking on as much responsibility as we could for his current state by delaying the possibility of him being cured of this petrification. So
He is
I
in
really
nature out of petrification. He literally spawned the basilisk from carelessness.
the basilisks are gone, so that argument is that is a moot point. I really just think that we should get somebody to start working on this as soon as possible. We could at the very least just ask. If they don't want to wake up, then we did everything we could by asking.
Okay, well then go wake somebody up to help.
Okay, I'm gonna put the egg down and go look for Pythor.
well, you guys have been in the palace long enough that you kind of have a general idea, where the royal chambers, I guess, would be at.
Mm-hmm.
You
Do we have someone go with him? Because it was sounding like there might be someone here.
Well, I went to go look for my dad.
Oh yeah,
It was
true.
Oh, then I guess I'm following you. That's what I'm doing.
so those of you who are looking for Python, you kind of basically go the same way.
I'll bring the egg.
You arrive, again, there isn't like a too tight of a security force like within the walls of the castle. They're mostly just relegated to like the outside and the immediate surroundings of locations where like important people could be at, such as the brig where they currently are holding Princess Nora, or the area around Pythor's like immediate like room, I suppose. When you approach, a couple of the guards are, like actually the one guard that is still here, is just going to say something like, apologies, Lord Pythor, I believe, is to not be disturbed at this current time of the night. Is there anything that I could help you with?
Well, we need to know first of all, what to do with if there are any alchemists that could be awoken to start creating something for us to help us with a friend of ours who's been petrified by a basilisk. And then secondly, we have this large basilisk egg with us, and we needed to know if a Pythor's opinion on it for some reason.
We would like to speak with my father.
Right. I suppose I could verify. Give me just one moment. He kind of walks over to the door, knocks very, very, very quietly, very gently.
As the guard disappears, I'm gonna lean toward Metius and be like, maybe next time don't tell guards in depth the things that we are doing,
Why?
because not all of them will be as loyal as you think. There could be spies.
I'll keep that in mind.
Pies in our midst. So he, he kind of knocks on the door very quietly. There is a bit of a pause before you hear, not even like a response, like a grunt, coming from the door, and the guard just kind of like says, Lord Pythor, your guests are here to see you. Your daughter amongst them. And there's like a bit of a pause before the sound of footsteps can be heard, as before the footsteps reach the door. You hear Pythor from the other side of the door say, I shall see them in. Make sure to take a leave for a moment. And the guard just kind of bows, still on the other side of the door, kind of just bows and says, yes, Lord Pythor. And he goes off. Pythor.
As he walks away, can I whisper to him something? Can I attempt to whisper something? Can I ask him if he's a spy?
Wait.
kind of like looks at you like confused, and he says, no.
Can I insight check him?
Sure. He seems legit. He seems to be
Okay.
very sure about not being a spy.
All right. Excellent.
And then he goes off. Eventually, the doors open, and you see Pythor, not currently donning his regal attire, seemingly still awake. Like there's like this look in his eyes as if he hasn't actually like slept like anything just yet. He's wearing like a bit more of a casual, I guess, like attire, and says, In any other situation, I of course appreciate the visits, but it's a bit late into the night for this, don't you think?
It's quite urgent.
He kind of looks at the egg. I can tell. Hmm. So, what happened?
Exandria will tell her dad the story of they went to go find Theracles and hired him, and about his daughter, and how we went to go find the basilisk nest and diving into it and everything that happened. All the way up to getting back to here, and the party being split in half between waking up a lot of people to try and cure someone in a petrified state or trying to do it in the morning.
You kind of lay all of this story down on Python. And he says, "Oh, that certainly does sound urgent. Well, first of all, congratulations on getting rid of all of those basilisks. I couldn't have foreseen this result myself. Uh, I take it everybody did their due diligence and proved to be quite the honorable warriors in battle. But your friend being petrified, grabbing the eggs, and all of this, well, obviously, no combat can be perfect. If your friend is in need of attention and help, I of course will do anything in my power to assist those who are allies with my own family. Uh, you need not feel responsible for this or even bad about it. I shall send word, and hopefully someone within the town is capable of assisting here. However, the egg, a bit of a bold move. I like it. What precisely do you think we should be doing with this? Now, I've told you, in my time, I've stricken down quite a number of basilisks before. Uh, Feral, rough creatures they are. But well, it makes little challenge where they're just an egg.
Well, they're still in egg form, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be hatching overnight. This could be a conversation for tomorrow.
Right.
And then whenever I don't know any alchemists. I wouldn't know where to go. If you know of how to summon any alchemists to assist in freeing Derek from his states, here you go. And she'll produce one of the two glands that we captured. Or no, she'll produce both of the glands over to her father. And she'll be like, if we could have 2 potions by chance, please, father?
Kind of like grabs the two glands. They're still slimy. From in his hands, he's grabbing them with like this expression that he clearly isn't, doesn't want to get his hands on this. And he says, "Oh, well, of course, yes. I will move the very seas if necessary to assist those of you who are so kind enough to have made this service for the city.
As much appreciated.
Now, keep this on the down low. If
Mhm.
it's true and all of the basilisks have been vanquished, let the Order of Sidon think that they still have the upper hand. Keep playing along with whatever deal you have struck with them, and be sure to be present during the time of the where they call upon you for the sacrifice. Play along as much as you can, and when you do so, well, they'll have no other choice but to admit that we've held up our end of the bargain. Now, as far as these go, he looks over at the Goliaths. You know what? You all just get a bit of a night's rest. I'll, I wasn't planning on sleeping much tonight anyway. I'm going to personally see that this is handled. And by personally, I mean, he can like rings a bell that is like on the side of the on like this little nightstand that is like nearby the table. I mean the table, the door. It's a bit of a ring. Loud enough that it's audible throughout this specific segment of the of the palace. Just quiet enough that you think it might not echo, like it's not like a bell, like a like a church bell or anything like that. And soon enough, and one of the servants is kind of like awoken in the middle of the night and like walks out from one of the rooms with a bit of a tired face and you require anything, Lord Pythor? Kind of excuses himself for a moment, goes up. You hear him kind of like whisper something to the old man, and hands him over the glance. And just kind of like seems to whisper something to him additionally after handing over the glance. The old man nods and just kind of excuses himself back to where, back down the hallway. Pythor looks over and says, "Right, well, that should be settled then. You all go get a rest. You've deserved it."
Oh, thank you for your immediate assistance. Should I... Exandria, what do you think we should do with this egg? Leave it here, or...
We could. Father, where's the secure place to put these eggs for now?
You're really asking a lot of your old man tonight, aren't you?
Well, wait, I wouldn't need to do that. I grew up here. Do I know of a secure, room where I could put both of these eggs for overnight?
No place is more secure than Pythor's secret stash. And by secret stash, I mean, the,
His wine cellar.
Alcohol room.
I know he's wicked and look up at him with this wicked grin and be like, "Oh, it's okay, Father. I know the perfect place to put them. This way, Metius."
And I will bow to Pythor and apologize for disturbing you and follow Exandria as quickly as I can.
It's quite alright. I wasn't even asleep anyway. Kind of walks into the room, and those of you with a passive perception of, I'll say 14 and above, I would be able to tell there's actually like this desk at the far back of the room. Seems to have like a chair pulled up to it. There is a visible bottle of some form of alcoholic substance on top of that desk, and not too far away from the bottle, there's what appears to be some form of small, like painting, almost like photograph size, of a female form, of a woman. Some of you don't actually, none of you actually recognize her. But obviously there is nobody else in the room besides Pythor. There is a what appears to be like, now that you're actually looking at this, you do notice that Pythor is currently, his eyes a little bit red. There is a almost like noticeable like trails of dried up tears that ran at alongside of his face. But then he very quickly just kind of excuses himself back into his room, closes the door.
Okay, off to this place that that we could hide these or put the eggs.
We'll just quickly go through it for the purposes of time.
Mm-hmm.
You just gonna have to go down like the lower levels of the palace, go to the, to what is basically a wine cellar. The door itself is locked by a set of like 5 or so different locks, that are, I'm just gonna say, less locks, more like combinations, like safes and the like. That you kind of, I'm just gonna say you would be able to know, Exandria. You kind of, you access it. You see a lot of a very wide selection of various different drinks and the like. And just off in the corner, enough space to put 2 small, well, relatively small, basilisk eggs somewhere there.
Excellent.
All right, and then yet again she will let Metius know that when it comes to like super important information that ruins any type of plan for Scion or Cersei's, that we should really not just openly talk about it with
I think
people other than our group or like her dad or
uh,
Kyra.
I think you
I'll
got
keep that in mind. But hopefully, that this demon titan's wife, when she invades our dreams, she can't find this stuff out for herself as well. So we'll probably need to find protection against that too. Now that you mention it.
you also got the name wrong there, Exandri. You said Circe, Lutheria.
No, sorry.
So, uh, same mythology. Wrong name. What's it called?
Correct names were inserted.
So eventually you guys will be retiring to your respective rooms for the night, and with nothing much else left to do, you guys will have a long rest, eventually waking up in the dawn of the final day.
Sweet.
All right, let me just check something real quick. What time is it? We're currently at the halfway point of the session. Do you guys want to take a quick 5-minute break?
Yes,
Then come
please.
back?
Yeah, that would
Sure.
be great.
Okay, in that case, we shall take a quick 5-minute break. We'll come back, after everybody's been freshened up enough, and we'll continue from there. Let me pause the recording real quick.
All right, we are back. You guys have settled down for the night. Uh, decided to rest out, to rest up, for the time being. And once the morning comes, well, just a question: where do you guys left Derek at?
I left him in the room I was sleeping in. Or what?
Before we left Dad's office, he was in the foyer with Porunga, where we felt the presence looking at us.
All right. In that case, you guys will wake up in the morning, and very early on, we'll see that Derek, who's currently in the hallway still as a statue, uh, has been is currently being surrounded by by a couple of people. One of them appears to be a person kind of like dressed in like a couple of darkish, like robes, uh, and who's being currently accompanied by a set of guards. Uh, the person seems to be kind of like analyzing, so to speak, the statue Derek, and this person seems to just kind of like notice. He seems to realize you guys walk out of your rooms and you guys are like walking over towards the the area where Derek is currently still at. But they seem to be kind of like measuring something. Not with like a tape or anything like that. Just kind of like seem to kind of be placing their hands like in such a position to almost as if they're kind of like trying to measure something out of Derek.
Oh, please do not touch that. It is quite fragile.
Oh, no, I have been informed of the situation. I am here as part of an agreement. I am to unpetrify your friend. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Well, you are in luck. I am not an alchemist myself, but I was contacted and called upon to assist in some regards. He kind of, you know, looks over at you guys, and he seems to just kind of uh, just kind of like pull out from his robes. It appears to be a a spell. He says, "Now, really, I wouldn't provide this type of services to just anyone, but I was called upon by Lord Pythor himself, so I might as well do at least this much for you all." The person in the dark robes kind of like seems to produce this spell scroll and seems to be enchanting some form of strange incantation. Uh, After he's done with the incantation, uh, you see this glow emanate from the scroll before it burns up and disappears. He then kind of like after the scroll disappears, the glow still remains, and you see as Derek, still as a statue, is kind of enveloped in that glow. After around like a couple of seconds, you see Derek seems to slowly, the stone seems to rescind, disappear, until his body is freed once again from the petrification.
Welcome back, buddy.
Excellent.
Right. That'll be 1,600 gold pieces.
About
I
that.
guess you could take that up with Lord Pythor.
Well, I'm not going to do this for free. Because that fee also includes these, as he reaches once again inside his robes and pulls out these two small little flasks.
Okay.
Here is what. Hold on, I lost the handout. I had it right here. Here we go. He says, "This should help out if anything like this arises once again."
What is it?
I just showed it on screen.
Ooh.
Oh.
Can use this action to apply. Okay.
You see, I would have used my alchemical knowledge to, help your friend out instead of that spell scroll. But called upon such a short notice, and especially so long after this guy has already been petrified, kind of limited my options here.
So you would have never been able to cure him alchemically then?
Oh, well, definitely there would have been some form of doing it. Just not at such short notice.
Mm-hmm. All right. I see.
I don't know which one of you did this, but whoever harvested the glands from those basilisks, certainly could use a little bit more training in that regard.
Duly noted.
No, Derek, Pumo, are you here? Pumo, damn,
You're alive now.
not here. That sucks. He
God damn.
then says, "Look, I definitely will be sending an invoice for this service, because getting this type of high-level magic, especially in a school, not cheap at all. So,
Well, as pertaining to the basilisk oils, how about you keep one as payment and we'll just take the other?
not exactly a fair exchange. I'll tell you that right now. Well, I suppose I could keep one of these, but the other one's going to cost you."
No, then you could give us both and just invoice my dad.
Have awoken.
Yes, you are now back in the land of flesh and blood.
Welcome back, Derek.
The hooded figure says, "All right, you know what? I'm gonna take this up to King Pythor, but I certainly don't like it being, skipped out on payment. As far as
Well,
this,
you didn't tell us about the payment before you started. I feel like that's not
Yeah.
a fair
almost-
transaction.
it's almost as if I was woken out of my home in the middle of the night by a bunch of the king's own guards.
To serve your king, and you did it
Side
well.
eye the
Thank
shit
you.
out of Metius.
That is definitely my fault. However, I did believe this to be there was a haunting presence, you see, and I was also under the impression that Lord Pythor would use his he swore to us a particular oath that he would do anything in his power to help us as he could, and I was under the impression that you would be fairly compensated. I apologize for making that assumption, and if it is improperly taken up and cannot be dealt with, then I will personally be able to find you something that I certainly know is worth at least 1,000 gold pieces.
and this one over here speaks like he knows me already. Well, here's what I'm going to say. That this oil that I have on me, these two, you guys can keep it. Both of them. If something like this ever happens again, you better pray that you have these on your belt somewhere.
Do you work around here by chance?
Oh, not at all. I'm from Mitros. Couldn't be bothered.
Oh,
I couldn't be bothered to do too much business here in Astoria. I was only here for a couple of days. Uh, surprising that they managed to locate me. I've been trying to keep a low profile here around the city for a while, but that's neither here nor there. Uh, anyway, you all just keep these oils with you. Whoever kind of like just puts them up, like whoever wants to grab them.
We'll leave. Leave them to the end.
Alexandria.
I'll take them and put them in specifically my side pouch that's for potions of the sort.
But no, my expertise lies in alchemy more than spell casting. That right there, what you just saw, that was a spell scroll that I got from a friend of mine back at the academies in Mitros. Anyway, now it's not important really right now. If I'm really supposed to take up this with the king, then I might as well just go do that. He kind of looks over at the guard that is next to him and he says, "All right, you heard him, chop chop." And he kind of like looks at him, like he.
Did we get his name
Oh,
in the chat, please?
okay. Well, let's see.
I feel like it's like Google random name generator.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
everybody-
We have your
does
name
every-
before you go.
Name is Clepius.
Can you definitely spell that? Clippies. He lives in Mitos. Clippies.
Yeah.
If you ever need a favor, don't be afraid to send word for us. We might be able to assist you for creating these oils for us.
No, don't thank me just yet. You haven't actually used them. See for yourself how much of a quality they are. This is his image, by the way. I was really struggling to find the token. That's him.
He looks very trustworthy.
Definitely.
Uh,
Definitely someone we can trust.
He kind of says, "Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go take this up to the king himself." He kind of looks over at the guard. The guard, very dismissively, is kind of shrugs and just kind of like gestures for him to follow.
After he leaves, I'm going to look. I'm going to just say to Alexandria, "You're very well skilled in the sort of, well, I guess, diplomacy and sort of understanding these steps to take. I'll have to get your opinion much more often on. You'll have to teach me about these things because I'm quite ignorant about the goings on and the movements of these courts."
I don't I don't think I would be well knowledge. I just kind of look at it this way. The task that we had at hand, study using their brain to complete a potion. And I just simply thought, if you were up early in the morning, working all day long, and you had just started to go to bed, to be rudely woken up and dragged to the palace to try and create a potion, wouldn't you want to be fully rested? And
Of
have
course
someone,
not. It would be an honor to be called upon by a literal god to do them a favor.
yes,
But
but
I
are you
understand what
more
you're saying.
intelligent with your mind well rested?
Maybe. I will certainly consider what you're saying.
He seemed very grumpy. We should have brought him a scone.
What?
Let's go.
A
I don't
breakfast
think.
scone.
I can't say I've ever had one.
Oh, well, let's go to breakfast.
Oh my god.
Seeing as we have a whole day.
There is, there is still an atmosphere of tenseness
Oh
in
yeah,
the palace.
we need to look fucking scared
Uh,
or something.
well, mind you, the Honor Asylum isn't like a different building adjacent from this one. They're not actually within the main palace itself,
Right.
or at least they're not supposed to. You do notice, like there's still an atmosphere of tenseness amongst the servers, almost as if word hasn't really gotten around that you guys have dealt with the basilisks. They're keeping this like, on the down low so that people don't know ahead of time. You're given a very fancy breakfast, during which you actually do see Kyra at the table. She appears to be looking like she actually got some sleep, recently. Instead of how she was looking like a day before. She doesn't say much of anything until around like the time where you guys are almost done with the breakfast, and she kind of like turns to you guys and says, "Hey, I heard what happened from my brother. Uh, I really hope that this ends up working out for everybody. Also, good job on dealing with all of that. Truly, I wish I was there to record it."
That is very kind.
Sandry will lean over towards Kyra. She'll be like, "It's okay. I wrote about it in my diary last night. You're
You cut out for a moment there, Xandri.
free to read it."
Oh, right. Do please send those notes my way. I'll make sure to. I'll omit the part about your friend being turned to stone. We'll just make it seem like you all got out of there relatively unscathed.
Oh yes.
So, she then says, "Well, enjoy what's left of the rest of the day, until, of course, well, you're called upon."
Um, guys, is there any other? Should we bring up? Should we bring up Corinna to my father and Kyrie? Since that might be our next destination after tonight. If you know, somehow we miraculously prevail.
Well, if the gods favor us and we do survive the horrendous attack that we are meant to face, then I think we should do as you say. However, no one's gonna find out if we ask, right?
Right.
It's not going to make them think that we have a surefire thing going on.
The items that we procured last night and what our next steps should be.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess at this point I'll ask: because technically you guys have essentially a free day until the time of the word sacrifice starts, which is at sundown.
Hmm.
Does anybody want to do anything for however long that'll take?
I'll sleep the rest of the day.
Okay.
I just wanted to go talk to my dad about what the basilisk eggs could possibly be used for, or if he had like any ideas. If not, we could just destroy them. Other than that, she would also bring up the information about children disappearing down in the old woods, and to let her dad know how Theracles and his husband Simon assisted us in fighting the basilisk.
As you walk, through a throne room, which is where Pythor spends most of the day, dealing with legal matters. You actually catch him in the middle of a meeting. What appears to be, Pythor currently talking to, Clepius actually. The alchemist that just assisted
Just
in.
kidding. She turns around and leaves.
Here's the thing. It's not just Clepius that you notice in the room. You also notice a not too far away standing not too far away from Clepius. Almost as if waiting for like his turn to speak. You notice who appears to be a halfling gentleman that seems to carry with him like this almost journal, like a notebook of sorts, where he seems to be kind of writing stuff down. Doesn't seem like he's actually taking part in the discussion of business between Pythor and Clepius. Almost as if he's here for a different matter entirely. But well, you would have seen this as you like opened the door to the throne room. Pythor just kind of like see you like come in. Doesn't call out to you just yet. Because he's in the middle of the conversation with this other gentleman. Do you call out to him or?
She will bow her head and not interrupt, but then she's gonna make a gesture. Nah, never mind. I was gonna.
You're going to what? You cut out for a moment.
Nod her head and like mouth the words, "When you're done, come to your wine cellar," and then I guess she'll excuse herself.
And go where?
To the wine cellar to check on the basilisk eggs.
Well, here's the funny part. You go to the wine cellar. You input all the combinations, and the eggs are no longer there.
Oh, I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Sleepage.
You wait, you look around for them, trying to figure out where the fuck they have gone. And then it's around that time that Pythor arrives. Well, Drakgar, you're with Alexandri. So you both would see that the battle is going on. Pythor arrives and says, "Yes, my son, my daughter, you wish to talk to me?"
Dad, we kind of put the basilisk eggs in here this morning. I mean, last night. They're not here anymore.
Ah, yes, of course. You see, as part of the agreement with that Clepius fellow, well, he accepted a substitute on the payment instead of a hefty amount of gold. He was willing to take those eggs off our hands. In fact,
Yeah.
we just handed them over to him as part of the exchange.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound suspicious.
What team does he bat for, so to speak?
I'm pretty sure he's straight, but
That's great.
Don't think that's what you meant, but
I meant what? What god
It's a bit too
team
for you,
does
said.
he play for?
What is it?
what team of gods does he play for?
Jesus.
That's an odd question to ask. As far as I'm aware, any other alchemist worth their salt is usually a follower of, kind of like grunts a little bit, of, our dear Valus. But, well, my men don't make it a habit to ask people's religious inclinations. As long as they do not openly praise the Titans, they have no qualms to walk through the halls of my palace.
Oh well, I guess there's nothing that can be done about it now.
We'll worry about that one if that comes. I feel like that's gonna
Well,
bite us
at
in the
least we
ass
didn't
later.
have to pay for him.
Now, is this everything you wanted to discuss? I have to go back. I left poor Thomos over there waiting at the throne room.
Can we have one of your wine bottles to just celebrate today before we go sacrifice ourselves up on a rock?
In any other situation, trust me, I would allow anybody of my flesh and blood to engage in some of my private reserves. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to say no for now.
Damn.
Mainly because, well, you would need to be clear of mind when going to this, honestly, quite stressful situation. You may have gotten rid of the Basilisk, but an early celebration is usually quite the telling of hubris. And trust me, your old man knows hubris.
Oh, I thought it would be the other way around and people just seeing us as drinking our last day away.
Well, that could be possible. But what if you are seen by the the citizens of the city, and they will think hope lost and will certainly be brought down in mood. No, I feel like they should go into this, well, without showing your hand too early, so to speak.
Okay, if you say so, Dad.
And one thing I will say, and take the opportunity now that you're both here. I have sworn an oath of service to assist you and your allies in whatever way I can while you're within the city. Uh, but well, I will say, try not to abuse the hospitality of your old man. Uh,
Um,
I'm sorry, I sounded a bit too strict there, didn't I? What I really meant was, well, I will not be able to follow you everywhere you go. So you will not always have the luxury of relying on, well, my influence, on my power to be able to, well, assist you.
oh, I fully know that. Uh, like I said, the party was split in half, and the other side of the party won without knowing more information first. They just assumed that you know it wouldn't cost an arm and a leg, but luckily I convinced people to bring back these basilisk eggs, and that paid for it for us. Although I feel like he might have gotten ripped off a little bit. I mean, he was only asking for 1,000 gold pieces. Wouldn't basilisk eggs go for more?
Well, they probably do. But I am not in the business of selling exotic animals, and neither is my inner court. Uh, it was probably the best way to get rid of those dreadful things without risking any further repercussions.
Okay, well, then it looks like bring the eggs back, paid for Derek's resurrection, along with 2 vials in case of further incident. And I mean, I apologize that we have bothered you to find someone of such late at night to perform the ritual, but I do thank you.
Ah, do not mention it, of course. I am always here to assist both my own family and their friends in any way I can. Now, if you excuse me, there's some business, official business I have to take care of.
All right. We're just going to go.
He kind of does a
Hello.
gesture for you guys to get out of the cellar first, before he leaves.
Yeah, I guess we'll leave.
You know, I'm not going to be quite as easy to get rid of as you think. Now, knowing that you over there are my own flesh and blood, Drakgar, I can't very well leave you alone in a room with all of my booze. Now, can I?
It's very tempting.
Uh,
As we leave, can I ask a question?
on. I thought you were sleeping the rest of the day.
Oh, it was just being Drac there. You said
Oh,
you were
never mind.
sleeping, Pumo.
Okay, I'm back to bed.
He's just taking a nap.
I was just confused for a moment there. I thought you were sleeping the rest of the day, until the sacrifice. So you guys get out of the wine cellar. Pythor closes the door behind you guys, making sure all 5 of the combinations are set. So anybody else doing anything?
Can I go and spend my time in the library researching the Old Woods Temple and Demetria?
I'm gonna tell you right now. There's probably no real information on Demetria.
Okay.
There's probably some information on the temple, maybe.
And I also want to research the boulder of Estor that Derek told me about.
Okay. Well, make me an investigation check.
Okay.
$18. Well,
As far as you could find on the old temple, or the temple on the old woods, it is not really known who built this temple. Just that it was found there a while ago. Some believe it's the imagery that it displays seems to correlate to the Titans in a certain way, shape, or form. But one thing that you would know is that many druids inhabit the old woods, and they tend to keep the temple at arm's length. It's believed that it's probably the oldest structure that one can find, in the woods, and it is believed that ancient spirits haunt that temple. Stories say that none of those who actually venture into it ever return.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay. Excellent.
Anybody else doing anything?
You guys,
If
do.
like I'm saying this more for purposes of time and convenience, I guess, to maintain a certain pace to this. If none of you want to do anything else of note during the course of the day, we could just fast forward.
Should we just go to the sacrifice then?
Good with that.
Let's-
I got my
yeah.
thing done.
So Mitchel, not Juno, was out for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The plan is, let's just run through real quick. We're gonna go sacrifice ourselves.
Well,
we were we were originally, but we went to the Basilisk to stop that. So we're gonna pretend to do it this time, but there should be nobody showing up.
basically, the way the sacrifice is meant to go down is that you guys will be tied up to a rock nearby the Arcalan River, the Rock of Estor. And Basilisk would come up, petrify you, and eat you, and that is considered how the sacrifice is completed. You guys are going under the assumption that because you killed the you killed the Basilisk beforehand, then they won't show up during the actual sacrifice, but you guys would have still held up your end of the deal, and therefore completed the requirements for the sacrifice.
Cool.
So the idea is just to stay there for a couple of hours and see what happens.
Cool. Thanks for filling me in. But that was Okay, cool.
All right. So if nobody else wants to do anything, we'll just say the rest of the day goes regularly. Hours pass. The sun begins to go down, and a orange hue tinges the horizon of Estoria. You guys are forewarned, beforehand, and are escorted to the outside of the palace. You're greeted by the sight of multiple people with blue cloaks and a red eye symbol on them, telltale indication of members of the Order of Siren. Led, of course, by Commander Gaius, who basically form a very grim, what's the word in English? Procession? Yeah, like an escort of sorts to deliver you to the Rock of Estor. There are very little words being said, other than the initial call out that the troops of Sidon would have made, to request your presence as part of the bargain that you have stricken with them. And with the situation weighing heavily on both the people in the palace and Lord Pythor himself, you are seen off as you're passing by. Kyra kind of leans in right before you exit the gates of the palace and says, "I really hope this works. And should anything go wrong, know that we will stop at nothing to bring you back if it's within the powers of us five gods."
Sounds good.
You're escorted throughout the city by Commander Gaius and his troops of the Order of Sight. There is a silence that permeates the streets of the city as you're all but paraded around as the new sacrifice for Lord Sidon. In a moment, you are moved as families look out onto the streets. Children ask questions as to where these adventurers, these travelers, are being taken to. Passing by Vulcan's forge, you would see him actually leaning out of the forge for a change, as if he himself is curious of what is going to transpire here. Eventually, exiting out the southern gates of the city, leaving behind a crowd of people. At this point, it's only the members of the Order of Sidon that are, escorting you over to the Rock of Estor. Sai, move you to the next one.
Oh.
In a very, swift motion. Oh, I forgot to put some of you there. In a very swift motion, a couple of guards of the, a couple of members of the Order of Sidon, kind of walk along the shallow waters over the rocks, to as they finish escorting you over to the rocky platform that is the Rock of Estor. And you see them carry around them with them shackles, like chain shackles. Seemingly with very little in the way of saying anything. They seem to expect you to present your arms to be binded by the shackles.
Did I do so?
They
I
go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I do so as well.
One by one, you're all your wrists rather, are bound by the shackles that are swiftly connected to the central pole of the rock by chains. For you, Drakgar, they actually have to pull out a different set because you're a little bit bigger than everybody else. So
Question: Are we all on there again? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
what's the plan?
And me?
Yeah, that was the plan. Everybody agreed to this.
I was in stone. What the hell?
No, it didn't.
No,
We
that was
picked
way
you.
before that.
Agreed on way before this.
I think you may have actually been. I think you
Probably
may have
was
been
not
missing that. Yeah, that.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, that was the game that both Derek and weren't there.
Yeah, they were counting sheep or whatever. Cows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we said that they go count sheep.
And then we just said they said yes.
Yeah, sure. We go count sheep.
Because I mean, they
God damn
technically
it,
didn't say
guys.
no.
God damn it.
As the guards are kind of like restraining you, with the shackles. Commander Gaius stepped forward over to the shore, and he says, "You are now offered a sacrifice to appease the Lord of Storms. Remain there until the sun rises. Should you step away from the rock, this city will suffer the wrath of Siren." At this point, the last shackle is hooked on to your wrists, and the two soldiers step away. As they step away, Gaius looks over at you guys and says, "For whatever it's worth, it was an honor." And he steps back, leaning against a slight rock wall of a cliff nearby, crossing his arms, like a cool dude, And then the last.
I know you said that as like a kind of a little bit of a joke, but I think he's pretty fucking cool.
Hey man, Commander Gaius, he's the commander for a reason. He has to be badass. So
There's a meme that reminds me of. I gotta find.
the last bit of sunlight disappears as the nighttime comes. The moon slowly begins to ascend. Time passes, and sure enough, the full moon hangs above you. Its glow emitting a silvery light that covers both you and the river that you're nearby in. As the moon hangs overhead, and you feel the time, is upon you. 10 minutes pass or so, and you begin hearing the batting of wings, very large, too large to be that of a bird.
Uh-oh.
What?
You see above you, around 100 feet or so above you, what appear to be 3 harpies.
Bring it. Let's go.
Fucking kill the basilisk. He sends harpies. Son of a bitch.
What appears to be 3 harpies. And they kind of begin circling above you, almost like bolters.
Can I attempt?
What were you gonna say?
Can I attempt to break the shackles?
Oh, don't do anything just yet.
Okay, fine.
Absolutely not. We cannot.
Can I attempt to
No,
charm?
We don't know. Hold on, we don't know
no.
what's going on. If I see any of them moving, I'm going to say we don't know what's going on. Just
All right,
wait.
got it. I will wait.
The harpies kind of in the circle above you guys, and you hear them kind of like speak out to you, almost like taunting you, saying, "And so here it ends the story of these heroes." Another one says, "The Lady of Dreams will be delighted to see your blood run in this river." And the third one says, "Too bad. So sad." Now, similar comments begin to be thrown out over the course of quite some time. But they don't do anything right now. They just seem to be biding their time, fully confident that your end will come. Another 10 minutes pass. And you can tell the soldiers of the Order of Siren are getting impatient. Some of them look intently at the Rock of Estor. The atmosphere is silent.
So is something supposed to happen?
Well, that's what you think is the thought that is running through the head of the soldiers at the moment. Because you notice like the harpies are like currently looking around like like any moment now, like they're looking around as if trying to look for something.
I'll start looking at my arm like I'm trying to look at the watch. Look at a watch.
Some of these
I'm
soldiers,
fucking waiting for the basilisk.
there's like a moment where like the soldiers are like muttering among themselves. And Gaius is just like looking around. He's not unlike everybody else. He is keeping like a very straight face, very stoic, like nothing really seems to faze him. It's almost as if he's picked up on something before everybody else has. 5 more minutes pass, and there's still no sign of the basilisks. At this point, the taunts of the harpies are null. They have gone completely quiet.
Time is it? It's still like nighttime,
Yeah,
correct?
it's still nighttime.
Dang it.
I'll start relaxing on the rock like I'm gonna fall asleep.
You see across the river, just over the ledges that are beyond the limits of the city of Astoria, a couple of silhouettes shined on by the light of the of the moon. You see like a dozen, maybe more centaurs peek over the hills, as they also seem to be like waiting for something. And then
Oh
eventually,
God.
one of the harpies says, "You wretched, rotten bastards, what have you done?"
We didn't do anything. We're waiting for them to show up.
The clouds above begin to darken and gather. The echo of thunder, distant, audible even now. A clear sign that the Lord of Storms is not happy about something. You then see as the harpies look at each other and they nod. And you see as they shing shing the talons kind of come out. And they begin a mad dive towards all of you.
Let's go.
Whoa!
Okay.
This wasn't part of the deal.
Actually, that's a great point.
One moment.
When
One moment. Because
Broke the
as
contract.
the harpies are around 50 feet above you, lightning crackles from the sky. You see a visible bolt of lightning kind of go from one cloud to the other. Moving the way that lightning shouldn't move. And then, after it reaches the third cloud where it bounces, it comes down to the ground, right where Commander Gaius is standing, who raises a hand up in the air and catches the lightning bolt in his hand.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Kind
fuck.
of like kind of taking the shape of a javelin in his hand. The harpy screeched to halt midair. Gaius walks up with the the javelin of crackling lightning in his hand, and says, "The process will not be interrupted, even by the servants of my lord's wife." In a moment, the harpies hesitate, and they begin sweating. Gaius says, "If you are still keen on erupting the sanctity of this ritual, then I'm afraid I will have to stop you." And
Oh.
the harpies look at each other, anger in their faces. They look down at you guys, and they say, "Consider yourself lucky, but death will come to all of you, especially you." They look at one of you, but it's kind of hard to tell who they're singling out here. And then
Hey, thanks.
Smirk in case it's me.
the three harpies, one by one, fly off into the distance. Soon enough, one of the soldiers looks over at Commander
You
Guy.
said the harpy specifically looked at one person. Who's that one person?
You can make me an insight check and see who they saw they were singling out.
I feel like I know, but
Why can I never find insight? I have a +5 to it too. That's horrendous.
Dang.
where?
Oh boy.
So
I noticed.
yeah, Derek, you notice. They appear to have been looking at Metius when they said that.
Oh.
Whether you call it out or not is up to you. But the harpies fly off into the distance. And then one of the soldiers calls out to Gaius and says, "Sir Gaius, this isn't supposed to happen. There's supposed to be sacrifices. Should we not?" And he turns over at the guard, at the soldier, and kind of just doesn't say anything, just kind of stares at him, and then the soldier just kind of quiets up, and Gaius then kind of the lightning disappearing from the javelin, he kind of like puts it in like a quiver almost made specifically for javelins in his back, and he says, "The Lord of Storms will not be happy about this, but our duty remains. Return to the gates, inform what has transpired here. I shall make my way back to Mitros." And the guards can all salute Commander Gaius. And they begin kind of like backing away and going off. Gaius just kind of like looks back at you guys and says, "Had I known we were facing this cunning of enemies, I wouldn't have left anything to chance. It seems you're all far smarter than I gave you credit for."
Thank you.
Still, however, you are to remain there until sunrise, and I shall make sure that happens. He kind of leans back against the wall. I'm just gonna say right now, y'all, like there is no basilisk. No basilisk gonna show up. You guys are
Yes.
basically there until sunrise.
Fuck you, Basilisk. We fought you on our own terms.
Let's go.
So, you
might
guys
as well.
made it. You are now level 4.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
thought Gaius was
you.
gonna turn around and fucking throw that thing at one of his guards. Like, holy shit, I was actually so nervous.
Dude.
I was nervous too. I was like, oh fuck, did we summon something worse?
Eventually, the sun rises once again. Well, I'm just gonna say at some point you guys broke out of your of your shackles, cause just sat down, played chess, played.
Do we have our equipment on us? Because
Yes,
I definitely have a chess
Uh,
set and a card set.
I would be conversing with Derek about how this definitely used to be a large boulder instead of this flat rock.
Like what's it called? You guys weren't stripped of your equipment, by the way. They definitely just allowed you to walk in, maybe because they were still under the assumption you were just gonna die by Basilisk. So
I would. Can I go to the edge and
Swim.
call over to Gaius and ask him if he would like to challenge me in a dragon chess game? Because he was playing chess when we went to his location earlier 3 days ago.
Damn.
Well, he can't break the rules of the agreement. He can't enter the rock, nor can you leave. So he can't really play from there. But you can roll me a persuasion check.
You're telling me he doesn't know the call outs to play chess?
He definitely does, but you can roll me a persuasion check because he doesn't. He's being a lawful evil man that he is. He sticks to the rules very, very clearly. As even if it requires, the the ritual. He, you cannot shout. How do you shout this out to him?
Wait, how? she just literally yells. I don't even know. She'd be like, Commander Goliath! Hey, Commander, would you like to play some dragon chess?
He still kind of has his arms crossed, like leaning against the wall.
Loser buys the other one dinner.
He still kind of has his arms crossed against the wall, kind of like staring at you. He kind of just shakes his head. Still with like the stoic expression in his face. Sadly, he seems to have refused your offer for chess.
Okay.
Okay.
No worries. She goes and she collects her health potion that she buried under the rock.
Oh wait, hold on.
Stealthily.
Let me see if hold on, because this might classify as leaving the rock.
What does?
Because technically it would be a part of your body that would be off the rock.
No, my health potion is right by the post.
Oh, okay. In that case, yeah.
Yeah, we buried my health potion right next to the post under a rock, and then there's 2 hand axes over the side of the rock.
Mm-hmm. All right. In that case, you wouldn't need to make me like if you want to, you can like stealthily do it. But like, there's really no repercussion if you're caught like getting something from the rocks next to the pole, really. Give me a second. Commander Gaius sees that. But he doesn't call you out on it. Eventually, time passes, and the dawn comes once again, and Gaius just kind of looks up to the sky to confirm that the dawn, like the sun did indeed rise. And once again, the crackling of thunder, the dark clouds in the sky is just visible and audible. And Gaius just kind of shakes his head and says, "Very well, you are free to go."
Are we able to take these chains off ourselves?
You are cunning enough. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
What a prick.
Oh wait, most of us are out of our chains. Are you still in yours?
Maybe?
Like, there is a check involved to get out of chains. But like, you have plenty of time to get out of there. Like, if you want to roleplay as you never took them up, then, then we can say that that's the case.
I think he would have taken them off with everybody else while we were talking about the giant boulder that used to be here.
Like, you know, and Gaius just says, I hope you all know that should we cross paths again, and my lord demands it of me, I will not hesitate on striking you down where you stand.
I understand.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Then he whistles. He turns his head up to the skies and whistles. You hear him call out a name. A name that kind of sounds like Argon. And then you hear a set of wings flap. This time different than that of the harpy. You see, for a moment, you couldn't believe your eyes, some of you, as you see what appears to be a silver dragon next to Gaius.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
A
Where can I get one of those?
silver dragon land next to Gaius, as he kind of takes, he kind of like climbs up on the back of the dragon, and just kind of commands it to fly. Well, you think he does that. He seems to be speaking a different language. Well, Porunga, you understand it. You speak Draconic. Guy seems to be speaking Draconic to the dragon, commanding it to fly off, and it does so. With blinding speeds, takes to the skies.
Bye, dragon.
Holy
I need me one of
shit.
those, guys. I need me one of those.
That would be nice.
And yeah, you guys made it.
All right.
You guys survived the sacrifice.
Congratulations, everybody.
See, guys, if we get one of those dragons for all of us, it'd be so
As
awesome.
he walks away, Xandri's like, and she's got like that little girly sigh, but I have a small crush on him.
Oh god.
Oh god, excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? Guy who trying to murder us? What? Got it.
Did you want to retrieve your hand axes, Drakgar?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna cast Mold Earth to reveal them. There you are.
I've got a question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know if first aid kits are in this game?
Yeah. Healer's kits definitely exist in the setting.
Okay. How, for you, what is a healer's kit? Like when I buy it, how many does it have?
So a healer's kit works exactly like how it works in regular 5e. It is a small, pouch that contains like regular, medical supplies, bandages, salves, splints, and the like. It has 10 charges.
Okay.
Every time you use, a healer's kit, you consume one of the charges, which allows you to instantly, without a medicine check involved, stabilize a dying creature.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was called.
So, yeah, you guys are, home free basically. The Order of Sight has seemingly left the city, and you guys are free to return to Astoria.
Yeah, we did it.
A bit of a flash forward here. Not long after you return to the city, well, you first of all will see as people immediately like are taken aback, but in a good way. Like they are aghast. They are surprised that you are actually still alive after the time limit has run out. Being that nobody bought the other side and witnessed the quote unquote sacrifice. Nobody was really aware of what had transpired. As far as many people were aware, they only saw the other side and just kind of like walk out. But you are essentially cheered on as you walk through the streets of Astoria. It is a refreshing change to the dreary atmosphere that the city has presented the last couple of days, since you arrived. And soon enough, word spreads around of of your exploits, of how you managed to avoid, to cheat fate, to avoid, the sacrifice, and
I don't know if we cheated it. We just faced it head on,
True.
on our own terms.
uh, and soon enough, as you are welcomed once again into the halls of the palace. This time around, whereas before, the first time you entered, you witness Lord Pythor in a drunken stupor, out of wallowing in his own self-pity. Uh, this time around, you see him, is also drunk, but, in a celebratory way. Uh, as very clearly the news has spread very fast, and I'm gonna move you guys to the throne room. To the point where you actually notice that he brought out a giant sort of like cask of ale into the throne room itself, where he seems to be constantly refilling his drink as the uh, attendants of Lord Pythor are currently unable to stop him in his revelry. You guys walk into the throne room, seeing all of this, and right away Pythor signals you out and says, "Here they come, those who have brought a new dawn to the city, to my own daughter. Oh, of course, Honora! Somebody bring her here." He kind of like shouts to one of the attendants, and very quickly they kind of like go off, to the side of the castle. And he looks over at you, Exandri, and says, "And you, my little Exandri, who could have known that you would have come up with a cunning a plan as this? And your allies, of course. In fact, everybody, come over here. Please, get close." Gestures to all of you guys.
I'm going with.
We're supposed to. There we go.
So you all move closer, and Pythor, demonstrating his strength as a god of battle, uh, kind of attempts to do like a group hug. Obviously, his arms are not good and not long enough to gather all of you guys. But at least the first three people that are the closest to him, which would be Exandri, Drakgar, and probably Metius even, uh, would feel this incredibly strong like embrace of Pythor's incredible strength. More like a hydraulic press, you know. For a
Damn.
moment, you feel as if he is going to break something. It's not if it's not if it's not uh careful enough. Uh, fun fact, Porunga. Uh, a attack with your raw hand, with just your pure strength, deals an amount of damage equal to your strength modifier. Uh, for Pythor, this would be 10. Uh, mind you, that is modifier, not score.
Jesus.
So after a while, he kind of lets go, And as he lets go, Anora is gonna be brought into the room by the two attendants. There is a like this look of about time that she gives when she's being brought into the room. And Pythor looks over and says, "Oh, my dear Anora, do forgive your old man for acting in such a way. I had to make sure you were safe. I couldn't have stand to have lost you." And Nora just kind of walks up and says, "Yes, I know, Father. You have a very particular way of showing that you care." He then looks over at you guys and says, "But of course, how could I forget? You all have my eternal gratitude. There was a time where I would have taken to the fields myself to battle every single one of my enemies single-handedly. But, well, as you've clearly seen, my fighting days are behind me. Perhaps it's about time that I retire my hammer, so to speak." And as he says this, he kind of puts raises a hand above his head, and in a burst of energy, a hammer manifests itself onto his hand.
Whoa.
He is going to hand over to you guys this.
Oh.
Technically, only one person could probably actually wield this.
20,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, gimme.
Money. Hold up. Primary ingredient: any magical sword, an orb of star.
Wouldn't this be a Drac weapon?
Yeah.
I mean, he's presenting it to whoever thinks themselves worthy of it.
Technically, it's
I
Drax.
step
Go
up
get
to
it.
the. No, I'm
I
sure.
grab it.
You grab it.
Literally,
It's a
our
little
whole
heavy.
group doesn't use weapons.
Gimme.
He hands you over the hammer, Drakgar.
Then I thank him,
And he says,
and I'll put it to good use.
"Of course."
Here,
What were you say, Xhenry?
it's Beardier from Thor.
True.
Basically, it doesn't say it right there, but I'm gonna say it has the throne property.
It has a what?
Add it.
The throne
You
property.
throw it.
Nice.
So yeah, you can definitely just throw it as Mjolnir and have it.
It's a boomerang.
Uh,
I'm totally gonna do that.
so as Pythor hands this hammer over to you, Drakgar says, "Right. I am certain you will make use of it far more than I could ever. This was actually a gift long ago from my own father, Vulcan. Sadly, I don't have the affinity for the Forge as he would rather have me, inherit. But I'm certain you can use it in any other regard."
I'll take good care of it.
"Right. Of course. There are a couple of things that I would like to discuss with all of you. But before that," he looks at one of his retainers and says, "Spread the word far and wide across the city of Astoria. In celebration for this momentous occasion happening within the walls of our city, I, King Pythor, God of Battle, declare a week-long of celebrations across the city."
God.
Hell yeah.
The attendants are just kind of like very quickly like writing this down, and they kind of like bow, to Pythor, and some of them begin to kind of clear off the room. As they do so, Kara just kind of happens to walk in around the same time. She kind of steps up and says, "Well, I can tell everything went swiftly.
Yeah, it seems so.
This will certainly be a momentous occasion. I will make sure to record every last bit of it.
Got it.
She does kind of look up and says, "Oh, what I will also think is very appropriate to have a first-hand report of those who took part in all of this. Just quick comments will be enough. What is something? Well, I guess if I was to put it one way, what's going through your minds during all of this? I know it's a bit of a putting you on the spot here, but I believe while it's fresh in everyone's minds, it's best to put this for posterity." He says
Mm,
toss one of the slightly goldenish looking sheets of paper from her quiver, and he has like a quill, like just at the ready.
come up to her saying, "We did fine. Well, we faced death straight ahead." And I whispered to her, like, "Has Versailles ever tried to contact you the last couple of days?"
Oh my god.
She kind of looks over and whispers to you and says, well, yes, she did. She was particularly unhappy about your fate, shall we say. But I convinced her to, to stay calm, and everything would be resolved.
Yeah.
I'm certain she still has an eye on you, in a very literal sense. You notice that when she says the last part, she looks up just above your shoulder, at a point
What?
where you turn around, you kind of follow her eyes, but you don't see anything.
God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Well. And again, just say,
This
"Hey,
chick
Ralph,
has
we did
more
well.
red
Face it
flags
head
than.
on." Shush. Just say we did pretty good. I didn't die at least this time, which is good. And make it, she doesn't get that angry. All right. I already know how she is. And I walk away, and I'm like, "Oh God, guys!" You see in my eyes, like, "Oh God, guys! Oh God! Oh God!"
Well,
Fear in my eyes. You guys, no one's ever seen it yet.
I'll certainly be able to be sure to write that down. Well, not the last part, but the thing that you said.
Hey, Auntie, I have a question.
Please don't call me like that, because it's still pretty.
I have a question about dragons.
Need one.
They kind of like, like both Pythor and Carrie's kind of look at you like a little bit weird. She says, okay. What's the question?
Gaius had a silver dragon. Aren't silver dragons supposed to be good? Theoretically.
Well, yes, and not necessarily. You see, dragons, they are strange creatures. They are, of course, born with. Some say that they are, of course, born with an innate moral compass, shall we say, but they can also be influenced by those around them. If, if what you say is true, and this Gaius person had a silver dragon as his companion, then that can only mean one thing. It seems that someone is trying to get a one-up on reinstating the Order of the Dragonlords. Or perhaps he just happened to get his hands on a silver dragon egg.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Same.
Well, it's a bad thing if the person with the dragon in question is serving under under Siren.
True.
I
You're
feel
right.
like he is following Lord Sidon, but his actions last night were a little too good. He stopped an attack artist and was
I
more
think he
concerned
only
about
did that
upholding the
selfishly.
law.
You both talk at the same time. What are you gonna say?
Go ahead, Cassandra.
I essentially said that he seemed more inclined to make sure that the sacrifice went according to the law.
Yeah,
versus-
he helped us selfishly. He didn't like really help us. He just wanted to make sure the harpies didn't prevent the ritual from going away from the plan.
Hmm, that is certainly intriguing. I suppose he was merely following orders, down to the T, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what's the deal with this Gaius person you speak of. But I suggest not getting too attached to him. If he is indeed working with the Order of Siren, that in and of itself is worrying enough. Not to mention that if he does have a silver dragon as his companion, that just increases the amount of danger that he may possess. But this is certainly important enough that I'm glad that you brought it up. If by any chance you come across him once again, well, let's hope that he doesn't immediately try to antagonize you. Oh, forget that for the time being, says Pythor. For now, we celebrate our victory both against the Titans and, of course, the fact that everyone is still quite alright. He kind of says, he points over at the other tenants that haven't left the room yet and says, please, make sure to make enough preparations. Let's make a feast to celebrate with everybody here.
Yeah.
Kind of like dash off. Kyra kind of goes a little bit closer and kind of whispers to you guys, kind of a low tone of voice. I hate to say this, but well, as much as I would recommend that you guys take at least some time to relax yourselves and rest and celebrate your victory, don't forget that there are still matters to attend to.
Yes, I do believe that we plan on moving to or traveling in the location of the old woods next. We promised. Oh, I totally just forgot how to say his name. Like, it sounds like
Theracles?
Hercules, but starts with a T.
Yeah, Theracles.
We promised we would locate his daughter and bring her back alive and safe.
Ah, right. Regarding that, my men have been looking into the matters of the disappearances as of late. And all of them seem to have something in common.
Goats?
Almost. People claim to have seen not too long before and after disappearances. People claim to have seen the sites of the goatlings, strange little fake creatures with the head of goats and very foul vocabulary.
I already have kind of names for them. I have a couple names for the goats since we don't know them. One's gonna be Mikel Jordan. One's Thomas Barty. The other one should be Wayne Gretzky.
Wait, do you actually know the name
Does
of the
anyone-
goat?
Nah,
don't
that's what I'm
I don't
naming
get
them.
this reference.
I don't understand what this is.
I feel like Derek just pulled out a little nursery book from his back pocket. He's like, yes.
Look, 500 years, I gotta find a hobby, man. Don't do this to me. Come on.
Do they have basketball in the world of D&D?
No, it's just names I've named. Names I threw up on there, but like, these sound like good names. Feels like I'd heard them before.
Well, I'm not sure if that's their names, but I can will tell you something for sure. The Temple of the Old Woods is it's a treacherous land. Many druids who live in the forest keep it at a far distance away from it, under the belief that there's an evil spirits inhabit the temple. If you are heading there, you best be careful and make sure you are doubly prepared for anything you might encounter. Oh, regarding that, you wouldn't happen to have talked to my father, would you, Vulcan?
I think some of our party members have met him. Is there something we need to go talk to him about?
Right. Recently, he brought up to my attention a bit of a situation. As far as I'm aware, it may very well relate to, some of your tasks at hand. It was regarding the, how did he call them? The Mithril Mines. A location that was of great importance to many a dwarf that now inhabits the streets of our city.
Oh yes, I was supposed to go there.
All right, well, we could definitely go talk to Grandpa before we leave.
Right.
I need to go do some shopping anyways.
Right. But do not let all of the serious matters distract you from the fact that, well, you certainly deserve some form of celebration. In fact, before I forget and I continue giving the official announcement of the week long of the, celebration. You, my friend, looks over at Porunga. May I speak with you privately for a moment?
To who?
To Porunga. PPG, are you here?
Mr. Jam.
Yeah.
Pythor
What's the room with that one?
Pythor requested to talk to you personally for a moment.
User trouble.
Is it because he doesn't breathe fire? Badge. That's why.
He kind of gestures for you to come over to the side.
Get his ass beat. Don't be.
You kind of go up while the rest of you are, Princess Nora is going to just kind of also be sharing her gratitude to you guys, thanking you for, coming through in her time of need. While this is happening, you go over to talk to Pythor, and he says, Porunga, right?
Yes.
I've been informed of your situation, of how you are, not a native to the land of Tylea. This is correct, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Well, I've been informed about your particular set of the prophecy, shall we say. And I was told of how to assist you in getting to that next part of your journey, shall we say. I don't precisely know the location of the lost treasure of the Dragonlords. But I know someone who might. An old and very awful person who died long, long ago, and yet his spirit still continues to haunt this material plane. I'm talking about none other than Estor Archelander, one of the first Dragonlords. It is said his ghost haunts the ancient ship known as the Ultros. He was the last one seen with the treasure of the Dragonlords. Now, I know Estor. I am aware of that he was a man of very low reputation. A bloodthirsty man not unlike his brother Telemach. Whatever deals he makes with you, whatever compromise he tries to strike with you, think them thoroughly, and do not accept them unless you're 100% sure that he is not trying to trick you. Did I?
Thanks a lot.
Go ahead.
Thanks a lot for the information. I'll keep that in mind.
Right. But you best return to the rest of everybody. I have an announcement, an important announcement to make to my people. and he kind of like walks past you, goes over to towards the exit of the throne room, and says, "Oh, and in case I need to repeat it once again, this palace is your home for as long as you remain in the city." And
Yeah.
he goes out the front door.
Quick question. Pato does not know I'm a Dragonlord, correct? Because I haven't even said it correct.
I mean,
Not unaware. Unaware.
you haven't like audibly said it to him.
Like,
You're
well, excuse me.
you're not sure if he doesn't know. What were you,
Got it.
Derek?
I was gonna say that I was just gonna say during that whole time as well that I've been trying to locate that eye that Cairo was pointing at. I was like, oh shit, where's that eye?
You don't see anything.
I know I'm paranoid now because she told me like it's an eye right there. She's literally looking.
Like whatever it is that Kyra managed to saw, you don't seem to be able to see.
I'm still a little paranoid though. I'm like, hell. Like she wasn't lying.
So everybody, really, it's up to you how much time you decide to spend in Astoria. After all, you have very well earned a bit of R&R, but well, it's up to you if you decide to take, whatever amount of time you wish to take here.
Does this place have a library? I want to look at some stuff.
It does.
There's any...
We've been mentioning
it
it
does?
this whole time.
Oh my god, I forgot. Oh my god, that's so stupid. No, I remember now which the last episode there went to the damn cave. My bad. Oh.
Oh, Gaius no longer here. Fuck off, Gaius. Pow.
Okay, I will go to library and look up Dragonlord stuff.
Okay.
If there is any.
Okay.
That's it.
So, I guess, I'll ask everybody else if you guys have any plans to do before departing, however much you intend to stay in the city of Astoria.
Guys, I don't know if anybody would like to go with me, but I think we're gonna go to town for a little bit of shopping before we head out. Maybe we could stop by and talk to Vulcan before we leave as well.
I'll join.
You
I
want me
don't
to
really
speak
know if
with
I'm
Vulcan,
meeting
but
him,
I'm broke as a joke, so I can't really buy anything.
Hold on, I think it was Juno trying to say something. Did you say something?
I was just saying I'll come with, but I don't know if I'm going to buy anything. I'll be your escort.
Should we
Before
go?
you all leave, I'd like to know how long how long do we want to stay for?
Probably not too long because we
Certainly
gotta
not a week, but
we gotta start heading towards the.
I don't feel
Much
like we should
treasure.
really stay at all.
okay.
Maybe just tonight and then head out first thing in the morning.
I agree.
Because, I mean, we're talking about people's lives, and they've been missing for over a week.
I haven't had my Dragonlord stuff for 500 years.
If anybody, maybe if somebody wants to like ask my dad if he knows of anybody else in the city whose children were taken, so like maybe we could go spend the day collecting information so we could be on the lookout for the specific identity of these people. We know how Karina looks like, but maybe if there's any way to obtain any information of what the others might look like.
True.
Okay.
Guys, I forgot to mention something about the goats.
What did you do?
When I visited the Dragon Shine a couple days ago, they have said that they might have stolen a treasure that has a power like Versailles, but maybe even stronger.
And you're telling us this now?
So
Yes,
The goat
because
wings?
goats.
for literally 5 days, you've known about goat people and you haven't told the group.
I'm going to go off to the library and research goatlings.
And I will go to and I will probably take a scolding and I will follow right after him to go look up Dragonlord stuff.
Okay.
And what is this item that these goatlings stole that could give them the power of your wife, Versi?
It's that okay. Well, it's like a horn, but you drink from it. It's kind of like a chalice, but a horn. You know how she could predict some stuff? Yeah, just like that, but stronger. I'm blanking on the name of it currently. But yeah, they stole it.
And where do I go to obtain this proper information?
The Dragon Shrine guy.
Okay.
He looks like a priest. You know, there's some ones look the same. He's the one that looks different.
And by chance, do you remember this priest's name? Dragon guy seems a little rude.
Oh, is that dragon guy? I'm the dragon guy here, okay?
Okay.
He's more of
Okay,
an elf.
you're okay, no worries. Alright, anybody else coming with Juno and I? Preferably not Derek. He's definitely not on the going shopping team.
This is the name, by the way, Derek, in case we have forgotten. I'm putting it in the chat right now.
Oh no, we're totally going with Derek doesn't know. It's canon.
It's a horn that is not a horn, but you can drink from it, but I don't think you drink from horns, okay? That's what I don't get. Why do you name it a horn? It should be a chalice.
I'm just face palming right now.
Look, you know,
Don't worry.
I'm
Okay,
I'm a very special Dragonlord, okay?
Okay, so we have Metius is gonna go to the library to try and research our goatlings. Great. Maybe Kyrie will join you. Maybe I don't know if you want to track her down and maybe ask. I do know she loves books as well.
I could ask Kyra, yeah. Good idea.
And then maybe Drak and Porunga maybe ask Dad if they know of any more citizens within the city whose daughters have gone missing. And if he does, maybe go there and try and grab a description of them. Or also, if that is something that you do, maybe ask if they know of any specific item that they were wearing upon their disappearance. Don't worry, I have a magic spell. We'll talk about it later. And then I'm going to go shopping with Juno, and we're gonna go talk to Vulcan about the mithril mines just in case, so we can get some more information.
I will go to a library, attempt to read a picture book.
Dear Lord.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
why are they?
Father, please give me the strength.
He's gonna be like, why are there no pictures on this book? There's no pictures.
I don't think they can save you.
Okay.
One moment.
And then I guess Juno and I are also gonna go to the temple to obtain more information.
Okay. So just so I can, know who is with who or who's doing what. Exandri, Juno, and are going to the Dragon Shrine. Anybody else in that group?
No. I'm gonna go. I'm looking for more missing people.
For Juno and Xandri.
Okay.
Go Berry.
Metius and Derek are going to the library once again.
Mm-hmm.
And Drakgar and Porunga, what are you guys doing?
Asking around, see if there's any more like missing children or any info on that. Probably talk to Pythor and then other people if there's anybody else knows anything.
Pythor's currently busy, giving the royal announcement of the wing of partying. So what's it called? So he's gonna be busy with that for a moment. So I'll say you probably would have to start asking around with the people.
Yeah, I'll ask around with the people first.
So I'm gonna need all of you. Well, not all of you, but team library and team missing children. to make me an investigation check. I guess I'll add on top of the for team missing children. Where exactly in the city are you asking this information for? 'Cause it'll, depending on what you choose, it'll depend on the information that I may be able to give you.
Okay.
You do have a map of the city, to see where you could ask around.
After
You
so
said
I can-
investigation?
Correct.
Two places. I'm not sure which one to do.
I could probably read like a short novel, but not like a big one.
The other thing is that as Exandri suggested, before we head to the library to track down Kyra, to see if she's around and maybe she wants to help us. But before actually looking for her, I'd like to pray and see if she actually like responds to me when I pray to Kyra.
Pray to Kyra?
Yeah.
Make me a religion check.
Okay.
Can I check two places possibly, or just one?
Oh, almost a 25. Nice.
Actually, I'll go to the Dragon's Tooth.
Okay. So, Metius. Well, first of all, how does your prayer? What's the general gist of your prayer to Kyra?
I think Metius would put his hands together and close his eyes and say something along the lines of, Kyra, we beseech you and to help us with some research in the library. Something like that. It would be very as awkward as I said it.
Less of a prayer, more of a I'm checking in on you, question type of thing. There's
Porunga.
a bit of pause, and less of a direct response, more of a message being delivered directly inside your mind. You hear, Kyra's voice, but visualized as a writing materializing within a piece of paper, as like a mental image of sorts.
Oh, cool.
You hear Kyra's voice say, "I'm sorry, but the goddess you tried to reach is not available at the moment." And
Please leave the message after that.
and then she chuckles. She giggles a little bit and says, "Just kidding. Uh, if you need my help at the library, I'll be there in a moment."
Okay, and I guess I'll head to the library, and I'll let out the exact same little sigh that Exandri let out when she was thinking about Gaius.
Oh.
Well, can I walk up to Mateus like, bro, just if you like her, dude, just go for it. I can't anymore because I've been you got this, bro. You got this.
I don't think that kind of stuff is for me, but
Oh, you can say that. But,
she's quite charming, and I'm just going to start walking to the library.
Oh, well, all right then. Bye. Back to my picture book.
All right. So
30 pages, okay.
damn, we only have like 4 minutes left on the session. Let's see. I suppose we could leave it, if you guys are okay with it, we could leave it here for now. And,
Yeah, I think that's best.
and then we pick up next session, with what the groups are doing.
Yeah, oh, that's good.
Okay,
Challenge.
I'm down with that.
All right. In that case, well, just to send us off, I guess. You guys having now finally stopped the sacrifice taking place. You guys are level 4 once again, in case you haven't leveled yourself up. now comes the next step of your journey. Whether you decide to stay here on Astoria for a couple of days or go directly to your task, which it sounds like everybody, you guys are keen on going directly to your next task. Whether that be the Mithril Mines or the Temple on the Old Woods. Regardless, today you have dealt a great blow at the pride of the Titans.
Damn.
You have not only done that, but also secured the allegiance of Lord Pythor, King of Astoria, God of Battle, if, of course, you didn't have it already. And depending on what may happen next, may prove yet another tale worthy of your exploits.
Father-in-law doesn't like that.
With that, I'm going to just end the recording in a moment. Before I do that, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, please continue watching. It is quite interesting to see the antics of this party as they continue to traverse their way through the lands of Astoria and, continue to befriend people, make enemies of others. Some, you know, uh, try to befriend their enemies. But we shall see how all of that turns out for these strange heroes of prophecy. Till then, we shall be signing off for now.